This has been the Kubota Countdown to Kickoff, presented by Kubota Dealers. Visit a local dealer today for special offers on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Here come the Tigers. From inside the broadcast booth with the call of the game, here are Gordy, Jacob, and Chris.
All right, and welcome back inside NRG. Let's throw it down to Gordy Rush on the field for the coin toss.
All right, so Houston has won the toss. They elected to defer. LSU is going to start on offense. So LSU will be going from left to right on your radio dial. Couple notes I did want to point out. First off, offensive line, as we talked about in pregame warmups, I had a chance to look at Adams and Davis. I tell you, they moved well, as healthy as I've seen those guys, both of them banged up down the stretch. I thought that was encouraging. And one other thing, Chris, I'll tell you, this is my fourth game here. This is the biggest crowd that LSU's played in front of. Texas Tech with Mahomes back in, was that 2016 or so, and Leonard Fournette was a good crowd, but they sold 55,000. It is a Houston edge, but this is a great environment tonight.
Yeah, it certainly is, and you can feel that here in the stadium. We appreciate it, G, there. All right, only one thing left to do. Let's go ahead and welcome on the voice of the Tigers, Chris Blair, onto the broadcast.
Thank you, Jacob, and welcome in, Tiger fans. Saturday night. Hope everybody had a wonderful holiday. We're going to squeeze in a little college football before the start of the new year. As Gordy told you, the Tigers will take the opening kickoff. Houston deferring until the second half as these two teams meet for just the fourth time, which happens to be the fourth time LSU has played here in the Texas Bowl. A 2-1 record, including last year's win over the Baylor Bears. So Houston lining up, taking a look at the uniforms, team colors presented by your Kubota dealer. Visit a local dealer today for special offers. It'll be Houston in all red jerseys, red pants, white numerals, white trim, bright red, Cougar red helmets. For your Tigers, it's the traditional white jerseys, purple and gold on the shoulders, gold pants, purple and white trim, and of course the LSU iconic gold domes. It'll be Zach Yoakum to tee it up at the 35-yard line. The senior out of Upper Arlington, Ohio, started his career at Notre Dame, and here's the approach. The first half kickoff brought to you by Cintas, and we've got football here in the Lone Star State. Barryon Brown going to take it at about the 5 and find some room. Comes across the middle of the field, across the 40, into Houston territory. Tiptoes down the sidelines. He's going to take it to the house. 98-yard kickoff return, and the Tigers make their presence known right out of the gate. Barryon Brown with his 6th career kickoff return for touchdown, and the Tigers take an early 6-0 lead. That's the way to get started, Jake.
That it is. We've been waiting on that all year. We know how dynamic of a returner he is. And look, it happened. It might have been the last game, but we've been waiting on it. And we knew if he had a moment, if he had a crease, he would take it. And that was pretty well done. I mean, 3 people had an angle on Barryon Brown. He finds a way to outrun it there. Again, man, been excited for that all year long. And we get a touchdown here in the bowl game.
Started on the far side at the 2, unofficially. Comes up to about the 15, darted across the middle of the field on that Kinder's logo, and then outran the Cougars to the end zone near side. Damian Ramos trying to build on his career point total. Will be out for the point after the kick is up, and the kick is good. It's a 7-0 LSU lead. We played 14 seconds in the 2025 Kinder's Texas Bowl. That touchdown on the kick return brought to you by Louisiana Blue, official health insurance of LSU athletics. And with that good kick, good hands at Allstate will contribute to the Tigers General Scholarship Fund for student athletes across all sports. Thank you, Allstate. Well, Gordy Rush, we started this one with a bang.
I tell you what, it's electric down here. Not every bowl game has this sort of energy. Of course, this is Houston's hometown. LSU always travels well. This is the biggest alumni base of LSU folks here in town, and to start it that way, how explosive. What a great job. Chris Hilton Jr., I thought, had 2 good blocks on that play and did a nice job of just getting in the way of that last defender to free Barryon Brown.
They officially say 99 yards. Brown takes it just inside his own 2-yard line. As we mentioned, 6 career kickoff returns for touchdown, his first as a Tiger his previous ones at the University of Kentucky. It's a 7-0 lead with 14:46 to go. Just underway in the first quarter of action. Mekhi Muse will be back deep for the Cougars as we will see Aaron Burrell tee it up and get ready to kick it back to Houston.
Ask this one to Patrick Wright. Did we not have a return touchdown last year in the same ball game? I believe we did. It feels like every time LSU plays in this game, there is a big play some way, somehow. Even the John Trey Kirkland touchdown pass at the end of the game.
Kick by Burrell, bounces out of the back of the end zone. Muse will let it go, and the Cougars will have their first possession. First down and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And they trail right out of the gate, 7-0. Well, a familiar face, Connor Wigman, starting quarterback for the Houston Cougars. Of course, Tigers know him well with his time at Texas A&M. Started the game last year over in Bryan College Station before Marcel Reed took over in that second half. So Wigman lines up in a pistol formation on first down and 10. They scrimmage from the near side hash, attacking right to left as we look down on the field here at NRG. Set up an option pitch to the right side, trying to stretch it far side. LSU's at home, and they'll bring him down after a 2-yard gain by Dean Connors, the senior running back. Jordan Gilbert was there to make the tackle. Looks like they'll give him 2. That's about all. It'll be second down and 8. Yeah, Xavier Thomas last year with a kick return against the Baylor Bears. So those individual skill players, you're right, Jacob, they love to make big plays here on this stage, and already won tonight. Connors will remain the featured running back here on second down and 8 from the Cougar 27-yard line. Snap is back. Wigman looking to throw across the middle. Got a man open at the 33. Fights his way to the 35-yard line. That's the tight end, Tanner Koziel, the senior out of Bloomingdale, Illinois. They'll pick up the first down and move the chains. Well, the Cougars on a pickup of 8 yards.
Yeah, it's going to be key for those LSU defensive backs. They'll have a lot of time together, certainly with the way it's figured right there. Always a nice play there on the edge, but this is a group that hasn't played a ton together. That Gordy mentioned their run fits are going to be crucial as well as the pass game.
Dean Connors again on the pitch to the far side, loses a yard. Deshaun Spears with a great open field tackle again to that far side boundary where the Houston Cougar team resides. That'll set up second down and 11, so they move Houston a little behind the chains. Willie Fritz, of course, in his second year as head coach, been a success everywhere along the way. And you talk about a coach, Jacob, and you know it well. He's coached at virtually every level of college football. And as we said, very successful at each stop, including at Houston in his second year. And, of course, got it really going over in the Big Easy with Tulane. Here's a handoff, and up the middle with it is DJ Butler, a sophomore out of Mobile. Devon Keys and Deshaun Spears will combine on the stop for LSU after a pickup of 5 yards. That'll set up third down, a little less than 7. And it's interesting, Jacob, you mentioned it'll be something to watch in this game, especially early on, is where they try to find the pain points for this LSU defense. Initially, without some of their key linebackers, you think it'll be middle of the field. We'll wait and see. Third down and 7 here, a Bengal Pest product third down for this LSU defense. Delayed handoff. They're going to give it to Butler. Butler stood up, and he goes nowhere. Picks up maybe a yard to the 39-yard line. That'll set up fourth down and 6, and we'll see the punt unit come on for the Cougars. Liam Doherty, sophomore out of Australia, will come out to punt it away. It'll be Xavier Thomas, the aforementioned, back deep, setting up to return the punt. He'll set up shop initially at the Tiger 14-yard line. Again, a 7-0 LSU lead with a 99-yard kickoff return to start the game by Barryon Brown. Here's the snap. The punt on its way, going out of bounds. This one way out of bounds into the Cougar sideline. Let's see. They'll run up the near side, or rather far sideline. This one's going to benefit, I believe, LSU up to the 41-yard line of the Tigers on a 20-yard punt off the foot of Liam Daugherty. Yeah, so great field position for the Tigers.
The special teams coach is not in a good mood right now. I can tell you that is such a big part of the game. People often don't talk about it enough there, but, I mean, you see LSU, first time they touch the ball, 99-yard touchdown, and then there you don't flip the field at all. You give LSU's offense great field position right there on the 40-yard line. So tough so far for Houston special teams corps.
After the Tigers come out to take over on possession after the punt timeout taken will take one with them. 7-0. LSU starts the Texas Bowl with a bang on a 99-yard kickoff return for a touchdown by Barryon Brown. And with 12:14 to go here in the first quarter, it's a 7-0 LSU lead. Fans, Bud Light, proud sponsor of LSU athletics. Easy to drink and easy to enjoy. Back to the Texas Bowl after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Everyone has their own favorite way to experience Louisiana. For some, it's the taste of hot beignets with a creamy cafe au lait. For others, it's swaying to the music of brass bands, Zydeco, and all the music in between. It's boating on the bayou, weaving your way through festivals, road tripping in pursuit of the greatest gumbo. Whoever you are, whatever you crave, Louisiana will feed your soul. Go to findyourlouisiana.com to plan your visit today.
Zach Bryan with Heaven on Tour.
Something in the orange tells me you'll never come.
Saturday, March 28th, Tiger Stadium.
Wish I didn't, but I do.
With special guests, Camp and J.R. Carroll. Tickets are on sale now at ZachBryan.com.
I think I've heard you coming.
Don't miss Zach Bryan live.
I'm a pretty great multitasker. I can wash dishes and do laundry. I can roller skate while walking my dog. I can even order lunch while doing my homework. But I can't use my phone while driving. A distracted driver is one of the leading causes of death in the United States. So when it comes to driving, please, don't be a multitasker.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Hey, Tiger fans, 12 and younger, don't miss your chance to be a part of Mike's Kids Club, presented by Shell, the exclusive kids club of LSU Athletics. Join Mike's Kids Club for only $25. Get the official Mike's Kids Club t-shirt, free admission to select LSU athletic events, and much, much more. To learn about upcoming events and to join, please visit LSUMKC.com. The Mike's Kids Club, presented by Shell.
Live coverage of LSU Fighting Tiger football on the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
LSU took 14 seconds off the first quarter clock to get on the board. Barryon Brown, 99 yards on the kickoff return. It's a 7-0 LSU lead. Tigers defense took the cue from special teams, put a quick clamp down after one first down recorded by the Cougars. They got the ball up near their own 40-yard line before having to punt. Then just a 20-yard net punt out of bounds far side sets LSU's offense their first possession from the line of scrimmage. Will start 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line. LSU Athletics once again would like to thank its corporate partners: Cox, McDonald's, FMOL Health, Our Lady of the Lake, Albertsons, Louisiana Blue, Coca-Cola, and Hancock Whitney. Excited to see Michael Van Buren Jr. again taking over late in the season for the injured Garrett Nussmeier behind center. Van Buren, the sophomore out of Bowie, Maryland, will line it up. Harlem Berry will be the starting tailback on this opening possession from the line of scrimmage. Tigers will spread the field 4 wide, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Barryon Brown, the tight end, flex to the right side. Now the handoff coming to Berry. Trying to stretch it, now turns it upfield. He's into Cougar territory, near sideline, outside the numbers, inside the 30, and finally spilled inside the Cougar 25-yard line by Latrell McCutcheon Sr. after a pickup of 36 yards and a Louisiana Blue first down for your Fighting Tigers.
Yeah, such a nice job. Just an outside zone play there. He follows his blockers. Then, look, hey, you got to make one guy miss, and he makes him miss in a physical way. Goes down the sideline. He's such a fun young running back to watch.
Kyle Parker out wide in the slot to the right. Chris Hilton out wide to the right. Xavier Thomas to the left. Van Buren, little bootleg, trying to leave it out for Parker behind the line of scrimmage, and it was off his fingertips. Led him a little too far. It's incomplete far side. It will set up 2nd down and 10 at the Houston 24-yard line. This is a very stingy Houston defense, Jacob, inside the red zone. The Tigers not quite there, but knocking on the door. 19th in the country when it comes to red zone defense. Tigers certainly have had their troubles there all season long, but a chance with momentum here. 2nd down and 10, ball at the Cougar 24. Parker motions just at the snap. Van Buren looked to be a little confused there, and will just go straight ahead running the football and make his way after a 2-yard gain to the 22-yard line before Eddie Walls III was there to make the tackle for Houston. Am I wrong there, Jacob, or did it look like maybe there was a little too much motion and Van Buren just a little hesitant on what to do, but eventually got positive yards?
Yeah, it looked like right there after the ball was snapped, a little miscue there between him and the running back. Expect to see more Q runs, though, from Van Buren here today.
3rd down and 8, again at the 22-yard line. Rough snap and handled by Van Buren. Late blitz comes. He'll throw. Catch going to be made by Green at the 9, far side. And he will make his way to the end zone for a touchdown. 23-yard strike. Tradez Green, the sophomore tight end, quickly makes it 13-0. LSU. Green on the year with his 6th touchdown of the season.
I tell you what, TV, I mean, Van Buren takes an absolute shot. A safety came from depth there. Van Buren knew he was going to take a shot, still delivers a perfect pass to Tradez Green there. What a play by the LSU quarterback, knowing he was going to take that kind of hit, but he had a receiver that was open, and he stood tall and delivered the ball.
Damian Ramos on once again trying to make it a 14-0 lead. 10:48 remaining here in the first quarter. And an offense that had struggled down the stretch. Off to a great start as the point after is up and good. That touchdown once again to Tradez Green, brought to you by Louisiana Blue, official health insurance of LSU Athletics. Damian Ramos with the point after. That good kick, the good hands at Allstate once again contribute to the Tigers General Scholarship Fund. Thank you, Allstate. And the Tigers get set to kick it back to the Cougars. Gordy Rush, I guess the answer was, why get in the red zone? Just score from the 22.
I like that. Do that all the time, right? You don't have to worry about that red zone. What a great job by Van Buren. As Jacob just talked about, the ability to recognize that they were coming. I mean, Houston wasn't disguising anything. Man coverage, and wow, Tradez just had tremendous separation, and it was a tremendous size differential. So I don't know how many times Austin Armstrong, the former Florida defensive coordinator, wants to dial up pressure against LSU's guys. I'm not sure they can cover them tonight. It's a great start for LSU.
Gentlemen, and don't let us forget, that's the couple of times this season we've seen Tradez Green in the open field, and it's been impressive. And to me, that's where he is going to really make a name for himself moving forward. We know what he can do in the end zone in a mismatch, but there he showed his athleticism and speed as the kick by Burrell, ensuing kickoff out of the back of the end zone. Again, it'll be a touchback, and Houston again will start 1st down and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Unless we forget, Tradez Green last year in this game against the Baylor Bears also had 2 receiving touchdowns. That was really when we kind of got a sense of how big a mismatch he would be, and certainly he is when he is healthy. DJ Butler will be the running back here. Connor Wegman, the quarterback, lines up 1st down and 10. Butler on a wing to his left. Wegman swings the pass, gets it near side, breaks one tackle across the 30, and eventually put into the boundary, but not before he picks up 7 yards on the swing pass to DJ Butler. Again, the sophomore running back. It was Patrick Payton, I believe, that eventually bounced him into the LSU sideline. It'll be 2nd down and 3. Ball at the Houston 32. Actually, Jordan Gilbert able to get him beyond the white line. Butler again will stay in. Here's the snap. Wegman on the handoff, trying to move to his left and just move the pile up near the 34-yard line. Looks to be shy of the 1st down, and we got a penalty flag coming out on that far sideline.
Offside. Defense, number 6, lined up at the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty results in a 1st down.
Wow, a rare miscue there by a veteran 5th-year senior Patrick Payton, the transfer from Florida State. Whistled for lining up offsides. That'll give the Cougars a benefit there. Give them the 1st down on the pickup. 1st and 10 now. Ball at the Cougar 37-yard line. They'll bunch 3 receivers to the right, 1 lone receiver to the left. Empty backfield. Wegman designed run. He'll run straight ahead left side and pulled down at about the 38-yard line, picking up 2 yards. Tylen Singleton for the Tigers in on the tackle. Fans, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Louisiana, proud to be the official health insurance of LSU Athletics. Live Louisiana. We've got you. Right now, LSU's defense did a pretty good job against the run. Take that penalty away, and things have been tough on this opening drive. It'll be 2nd down and 8. at the 39-yard line. Wegman looks right, now looks left, now will just bail out of the pocket. Plenty of room up the near sideline into LSU territory. Eventually steps out at the LSU 47 and picks up a first down and a 14-yard pickup. And again, that will start to really bother the defensive staff, Jacob, with another quarterback being able to run with pretty much ease that time to pick up the first down and then some.
Yeah, you're going to see Butler got too far inside there, took the cheese, and was able to give the quarterback the edge there. He didn't have any contained player, and Wigman's played too much football not to take advantage of it.
Here's the little touch pass to the motioning receiver left to right. And with the ball is Kobe Young, and he just keeps driving. A late flag comes out as he's eventually stopped at the LSU 36-yard line. But after he was stopped, the late flag came out. We'll have to see what it's all about. This is a Big Ten officiating crew. Our crew chief, Jason Nickleby, out of the Big Ten. It was an 11-yard gain.
Face mask. Defense, number 31. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. Automatic first down.
Oh, going to be a tough win there. CJ, Jim Coyley, possibly. Maybe Deshaun Spears. They said.
Yeah.
With Spears, I believe.
They called it on 31, Jim Colley.
Yes, Jim Colley, yeah. So he picks up the face mask call and two costly penalties here. And suddenly the Cougars looking at 1st and 10 now at the LSU 21-yard line. Defensive line will shift. Wegman out of the shotgun with a single back to his left. Two receivers left, one tight to the formation to the right. The handoff between left tackles, DJ Butler inside the 20. Jim Coyley again on the tackle, and he picks up 5 yards, just shy of the 15-yard line of LSU. 14-0, Tigers leading, 8:32, clock moving, first quarter. The Cougars trying to get their feet balanced here after taking a couple of haymakers early from the Tigers here in the opening moments of the first quarter. One receiver out wide to the right. Stack two receivers to the left. Again, out of the shotgun, Wegman. He'll check the wristband here last moment. He's got Butler on a wing to his left. Now they'll orbit motion the receiver, fake the handoff. Wegman rolling to his right, looking downfield, and the ball slips out of his hands. He was trying to make a throw. Basically, a knuckleball came out of his hands into the Houston sideline, and he immediately, Jacob, looked at his hands as if something just slipped.
Yeah, I don't know that I've ever seen a pass quite like that. In fact, at first I thought he was going to run because it was man coverage, and so everybody was covered up. He is known as a guy that can run. He had a clear lane, but he decides to try to throw it to a guy that looked pretty covered up. Yeah. And then you're right. I mean, it just helicoptered out of the end zone there. I'm not quite sure I've ever seen it like that.
Yeah, Mekhi Muse was the lone receiver to the right, but I'm with you. I think he was all covered up. Maybe at the last moment thought, that's not a good idea, and then that second guess may have affected the throw. It went well out of bounds. Wegman again. Pressure comes. Hit up top. Helmet ripped off, and here come flags everywhere. Tough break for Don McKinley, who got free, untouched, made a beeline to the Cougar quarterback. But Wegman able to bend out of the way, kind of drop down a little bit, and unfortunately McKinley's paw gets hung up in the face mask, rips the helmet off, and another costly face mask going to get the Cougars closer to pay dirt here.
Yeah, certainly penalties have played a big part in this drive for Houston. I can tell you right now, they can't block LSU up front. The defensive tackles are getting pressure every time, be it through the run game or if they drop back to pass there. That's going to be a real problem for Houston. The penalties have bailed them out here. That was a pretty clear face mask there, CB,
Pretty clear face mask, no question about it. But I think Dom was affected. He was stripped by one of the offensive linemen. Yeah. He started to fall, and Wegman was dropping down. Again, he probably thought he was going to hit him somewhere around the shoulder pad, but as it turned out, it was a clear face mask. So after the penalty, it'll be first down, goal to goal. They'll mark the ball at the LSU 8. The Tigers leading 14-0, but the Cougars threatening inside the red zone. Snap back to Wegman. Swing pass. Gets it in the hands of his receiver, Amari Thomas, and LSU gets it quickly, brings him down at the 10-yard line. A loss of 2 on the play. Great pursuit that time. LSU looked like they were in the huddle.
That's a really nice job. So you see Tamarcus Cooley there. His job is either make the play or send it back inside to pursuit there. And you certainly had multiple Tigers coming, including Patrick Payton there from his edge rusher position.
Move the ball middle of the field with that loss of 2. It'll be second down, goal to go from the LSU 10. Again, Wegman in the shotgun. Butler on a wing to his left. Here's the snap. Quarterback draw. Wegman up the middle and grab from behind as he reaches near the 6 with the football. It was Tylen Singleton that was able to get a couple of arms on him and bring him down. They're going to say he came down at the 7, so it'll be third down, goal to go from the LSU 7 here. Big opportunity for this LSU defense. Keep them out of the end zone. Force a field goal try if possible. All comes down to this third down play, a Bingo Pest product third down for this LSU defense. Down to 6:40 remaining first quarter. LSU up 14-0. Motion receiver left to right. They'll get it to Amari on the far side, and he got free. Did he get in the end zone? Waiting for an indication. They think he steps out inside the 1, and he did. It was Amari Thomas, one of their leading receivers, and boy, does he have speed. He motioned from left to right. Quick throw from Wegman. He catches it on the run, and just enough distraction to bounce him out of bounds. Maybe taking a look at it here. We'll see. Gordy Rush, it may take a look at this to see if he got the ball to break the plane, but it was awfully close.
Yeah, it was close. Whether or not he reached out and was able to extend across the goal line before he was knocked out of bounds. We're on the other side of it. Certainly the Houston staff, their first look at the replay, they felt that, but that's usually the case. That staff wants to call.
Certainly don't blame them, but we do understand. We take it with a little bit of bias.
That's right.
Well, we go under review. They indeed are going to take a look at it. Official review brought to you by Acme Oyster House. So we shall see. I mean, initially watching the replay here in our booth, it looks like he was just able to get the pigskin inside the pylon in that right corner.
Yeah, I'm with you. It looks like he was able to keep his feet in bounds. It does look like he was able to extend and score a touchdown there. I can tell you this, just from a play perspective there on that drive, Houston has found out, okay, LSU wants to man us up. They think they have better athletes than us. We're going to have all kinds of motion, right? We're going to move guys. We're going to orbit motion guys across the formation. That's what happened there. LSU was called in man coverage. DJ Pick was trying to come all the way across.
Therefore, it is a touchdown.
So after review, they go back, talk it over, and Jason Nickleby, our crew chief out of the Big Ten, along with replay official Rick Nelson, decide it is a Houston Cougar touchdown. So the Cougars get on the board, as Jacob and I mentioned, aided by some really costly penalties, a couple of face masks, a offsides penalty that kind of kept the drive going, and an 8-yard touchdown for Amari Thomas, who hauls in on the season his 11th touchdown of the year. 9-play drive, 75 yards, 4 minutes and 40 seconds as the point after is up, and it's good. So it's a 14-7 ball game with 6:08 remaining here in the first quarter. Tigers will get the football back for just the third time. Again, they took the opening kickoff 99 yards on the legs of Barryon Brown to get the first lead of the game 14 seconds into this contest. And it appears LSU now will get set to take the ensuing kickoff here. Fans, a reminder, it's hard to stop a train, but easy to afford one at trainsouth.com. Find an AC and heating dealer and special offers. Trainsouth.com, proud partner of LSU Athletics.
You mentioned the Big Ten crew here. I was going to say it's a little past their bedtime, those noon Eastern kicks they're used to, but you got 4 new family members that maybe keep them out a little bit later at night.
So yeah, I'm sure if they do
used to it.
Do that West Coast swing, and you're going to be up a little later. Zach Yoakum will tee it up at the 35 for the Cougars. Again, Barryon Brown going to be set back deep, standing around the 1-yard line. And got to believe the Cougar staff saying, hey, can we find a way to don't kick it out of bounds, but don't kick it to Barryon Brown.
Yeah.
So Yoakum checks his special teams unit, and here's the approach. And the kick, end over end, low lining, line drive. Brown going to take it at the 5, middle of the field. Comes up to the 20, now retreats and heads to the far side. Got a great lead block, gets by one defender at the 30, now cuts back to his left, runs into his own man. He's up the near side hash, now shakes, bakes, and eventually brought down at the 46-yard line. Wow, what a return by Barryon Brown. Everybody for the Cougars trying to get a piece of him. It's another dangerous return for Barryon Brown. And the Tigers, again, great field position up near midfield as they start this possession.
I can tell you, he was just looking for one crease, and he tried a lot of different times to find it. But what a return by Brown. Exactly right. For an offense that's been struggling, field position like that is only going to be a recipe for success.
So Harlem Berry back out there as running back. 5:51 remaining here in the first quarter. Clock will start when they snap the footballs. Van Buren calls for it out of the shotgun on 1st and 10. Pump fake. Now drops down. He's going to run into Cougar territory, near side. Makes two men miss and eventually down to the 31-yard line before Latrell McCutcheon makes the stop. A pickup of 20 yards for the LSU QB and a Louisiana Blue first down for your Fighting Tigers.
It looks like a different speed here tonight. I know you get a couple of weeks, you get a little bit more healthy than you have been there. You feel a little bit more comfortable with Van Buren. He's got more practices, but everything right now in a good way looks faster.
Yeah, the offensive line looks like they're getting a surge up front, putting the Cougars on their heel, allowing some of these runs, Jacob, to get to that second level. And again, both Berry and Van Buren know what to do to make moves. 5:09, clock moving, 1st and 10. Ball at the 33-yard line of the Cougars. The handoff to Berry. Straight ahead, he'll punish a defender or two. Inside the 30, stopped at the 28-yard line. Pick up a 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5. The ball at the 28. Corey Platt and Brandon Mack on the stop. By the way, you may be wondering, when's the last time LSU opened a game with a kickoff return for a touchdown? Well, you got to go back to December 2nd, 1978. Against Wyoming, the great Hokie Gajan, 99 yards as well.
Oh, Hokie, he could pick him up and put him down, man. One of my absolute favorites to go back and watch highlights of.
Absolute Louisiana legend. 4.5 to go. First quarter. Again, the give. This time it will be Caden Durham. Takes the carry. Coming near side. Stopped at about the 26-yard line. Picking up 2 yards before Brandon Mack and Corey Platt, the weak side linebacker, able to make the stop. Good to see Durham out there. Coming into today's game, 505 yards rushing, 3 rushing touchdowns on the season. We approach 4 minutes remaining first quarter. It's a 14-7 LSU lead here in the Kinders Texas Bowl. It'll be 3rd down and 3. Tigers looking to convert here. Must reach the 24-yard line of the Cougars. Van Buren, shotgun snap. Give to Durham. Durham hit behind the line, and this time Houston able to make a surge with their defensive front. And Khalil Lafo there smothers him up and brings him down. And a loss of a yard will set up 4th down and 4. And it appears Damian Ramos on his way out. Ramos again increasing his career point total, climbing up the SEC rankings. Of course, already the leading scorer in LSU football history as a kicker. And he is trying to add to his total in the SEC record books. This will be a 44-yard try, trying to make it a 10-point LSU lead. Snap, placement down, kick is up, and the kick is no good. Wide right. Tough break for Ramos, well within his range of 44 yards thereabouts, but just pushed it right. And the score remains 14-7 and a timeout on the field. Tiger fans, LSU honored to serve 44 Farms Tiger Dogs in legendary Tiger Stadium, and you can enjoy their premium Angus beef at home. Just visit 44steaks.com. Go Tigers, 44 Farms, proud partner of LSU Athletics. It's a 14-7 LSU lead. Tigers miss on a field goal. We come back, the Cougars take over after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hey, Tiger fans, this is Bob McLaren with 44 Farms. We're so honored that you're enjoying our 44 Farms Tiger Dogs in Tiger Stadium. Did you know we've been turning meals into celebrations since 1909? You can do the same by visiting 44steaks.com. Go Tigers! 44 Farms, proud partners of LSU Athletics.
Introducing the December scratch-offs from the lottery. Show your parish pride with Parish Payout. Win up to $15,000. Uncover the right words and play green and gold crossword. Win up to $50,000. Let the good times triple. Play Flirt of Threes. Top prize $133,333. Play Cash 50, $100, and $500 scratch-offs with over $12.5 million in cash prizes. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
It's game on, Tiger fans. From the backyard to the bayou, the Ford F-150 with available Pro Power onboard gives you the power of a mobile generator. So as long as you've got a TV and a signal, you don't have to miss another game. Just one more reason why Ford F-Series has been the best-selling truck in America 48 straight years. Ford F-150 and your Southern Quality Ford dealer. Proud sponsor of LSU Athletics. Let the good times roll.
In Louisiana, we love our LSU Tigers. When the band strikes up those 4 iconic notes, the fans go wild. At Louisiana Blue, we're Tiger fans too. That's why we've teamed up with LSU Athletics to bring you the compassion of the cross and security of the shield, so you're free to wear your stripes and roar. Live Louisiana. We've got you. Louisiana Blue, Louisiana True.
Proud partner of LSU Athletics.
This is LSU Fighting Tiger Football on the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
LSU with a missed opportunity moments ago after the drive stalled. They attempted a 44-yard field goal, and Damian Ramos doesn't miss many, but unfortunately that one went wide right, and the score remains 14-7. Fans FMOL Health, Our Lady of the Lake, proud to be LSU's championship health partner. Together, LSU and Our Lady of the Lake Health champions for Louisiana. Together we roar. Learn more at ololrmc.com/LSU. Cougars going to take over. First down and 10. Ball at the 27-yard line. Gordy, you got a better vantage point than we do, but right now it looks like LSU's speed could be dangerous this evening against this Cougar squad.
Size and speed. Now you get down here in the field and you look at LSU's offensive line, just towers over Houston's defensive front. They've got to do something to counter all the pressure that Houston's bringing, all the numbers they're bringing into the box.
Twin backs out of the shotgun here. Look like they'll direct snap it now. They'll move and bring Wegman back to the shotgun. And the handoff going to go to the starting running back, Dean Connors, who will go straight ahead across the 30 and stopped at about the 34. Let's say the knee was down at the 32, so a pickup of 5. It'll be second down and 5. The ball at the 32-yard line. You get to these games, again, outside of the college football playoff, and you talk to these coaches, a lot of them say, you know what, we've got our bread and butter, and we also brought some gadget plays, and why not? Certainly players love them. Second down and 5. We'll see as Wegman. Design run coming near side. He's got a lot of blockers on the left side, but a great tackle by Spears. Able to fight through the Cougar blocking line and lay a pretty good hit on Connor Wegman as he sails out of bounds. Picks up the first down, but certainly Spears let him know about it. It'll be first and 10 ball now at the Cougar 37-yard line as we approach 2 minutes and 14 seconds remaining. Pistol formation, 2 receivers for the Cougars, wide to the right, 1 lone receiver to the left. Mari Thomas, one of their leading receivers who had the touchdown earlier in the slot to the right side, but they'll run downhill. Connor on the handoff, and he is cut down on an awesome open field tackle at the 40-yard line by Jordan Gilbert. Picks up 3 yards on the carry, but excellent seek that time by Gilbert. Made a beeline for Connors and brings him down quickly on second down and 7. Deep drop by Wegman. Throws and catch, I believe, grabbed out of the air. And he does, just by a defender, able to pick it up right on the numbers at the 46-yard line of LSU. That's Amari Thomas. 14-yard pickup. Again, I just think the Tigers didn't know the ball was coming in their vicinity. They had 3 in the area, but it got right between them, and Thomas makes the play. First and 10 now at the LSU 46-yard line. Wegman again will go to the wristband. He'll move Connors from right to left out of the shotgun. Here comes a corner blitz. It's going to be picked up. Wegman throws down the far sideline. It's overthrown and incomplete. Pretty good coverage on the tight end, Koziel. Covered up down the sideline, step for step. Tylen Singleton getting a chance at linebacker to do a little coverage. And again, LSU brought the corner blitz, and they also had pressure right up the middle. Wegman had to deliver that one, Jake, a little too soon.
Yeah, Blake Baker certainly not shying away from who he's been this entire season. I mean, man coverage, bringing guys from different places on the field, being super aggressive here early on.
Wegman, handoff on the receiver going left to right. LSU able to get to him on that far side and force him out of bounds after a 6-yard gain. Sweep play, able to pick up positive yards. We'll make it third and manageable at 3rd and 4.
Tell you what, Deshaun Spears so far, and we highlighted him there in the pregame, He's made big plays this year, but this is his first real opportunity. The whole game, hey, it's yours. You're going to be the guy out there. He is flying around, making his presence known for sure.
Big bingo pest product third down here for this LSU defense as the Cougars building momentum where they left off in their last scoring drive. 3rd down and 4. Ball at the 41 of the Tigers. Wegman throws over the middle to the tight end. Catch going to be made. Dropped immediately shy of the first down marker at about the 36-yard line. Kojo again, the receiver. That could be the final play of the quarter here with just 4 seconds remaining. It was DeMarcus Cooley there. Made the first hit on the Cougar tight end, and that will indeed end the first quarter of action. 14-7 our score after the first 15 minutes here in Houston, Texas. We'll return for second quarter action in the Kinders Texas Bowl. Your Tigers of LSU leading the University of Houston 14-7. Cougars with the ball. Looking at 4th and a yard at the LSU 37 when play resumes. Back after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hey, college football fans. I know you'd do anything for a win on game day. And an ice cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
BRQ Seafood and Barbecue is your ultimate destination for food, fun, and an unforgettable experience. Come enjoy our daily specials or indulge in our brunch every Saturday and Sunday. Planning an event? Choose to have BRQ cater your event or host your gathering on our outdoor patio, the backyard. Plus, as the official catering services of LSU Athletics, we are the top choice for your game day celebrations and special events. Join us at BRQ Seafood and Barbecue, where food, fun, and unforgettable moments await.
Something new is happening at Cox. Now the price of your Cox internet and mobile plan won't go up for 3 years, and Wi-Fi equipment is included. So no frustrating price changes, just a lot more of what you want, like a pizza with extra pineapple. Yikes. Okay, let's stick with something everyone wants. No price changes on your plan, guaranteed. Learn more at cox.com/value. Must have at least 500 megabits per second speeds and Cox Unlimited mobile taxes and fees excluded from price guarantee. Mobile data speeds reduced after 20 gigs usage per month.
Trust isn't given. It's earned by showing up, leading the way, and performing at your best when it matters most. Our Lady of the Lake sports medicine experts know what it takes to improve performance and build champions at every level. That's why LSU chose Our Lady of the Lake as its championship health partner, trusting Louisiana's best medical team to care for our state's best athletes. From championship athletes to everyday champions, trusted care starts here. Visit OLOLRMC.com/LSU. We return to second quarter action of LSU Fighting Tiger football, presented by Dudley DeBosier on the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
1 quarter of action in the books. LSU 14-7 leaders over the University of Houston. Cougars going to be looking at 4th and 1 with a ball at the LSU 37-yard line when second quarter action returns. Again, if you're just tuning in, LSU wasted little time. A 99-yard kick return by Barryon Brown on the opening kickoff. Gave the Tigers a 7-0 lead. Trey'Dez Green would follow suit on the first possession. Full possession for the Tigers. Touchdown pass from Michael Van Buren to make it 14-0. The Cougars got on the board. Connor Wegman able to find Amari Thomas inside the red zone. It's Houston 7 points on the board. Now, if you're LSU's defense, and you mentioned it, Jacob, both you and Gordy, Coach Baker, true to form, still trying to dial up pressure on Connor Wegman. They've had some success. Here's a chance here on 4th and 1 to get a monumental stop. Turnover on downs, which we have seen a few times this season for this LSU defense.
Yeah, and you can be that aggressive even though you're missing guys, because you got guys like Jordan Gilbert who have played so much football there in the back end, and so it's a good luxury here in this game for Blake Baker.
Single back is Wegman. Under center, he's going to try to get the first down himself. Lunges forward head first, and it appears he has it inside the 36, just shy of the 35. So it will be a first down. They're able to convert on 4th down. Houston on the season coming in 59% conversions on 4th down. Now we got a slow player to get up, Matthew Wyckoff, the the right guard for the Cougars, slow to get up after the play. While we have a moment, let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification. This is Fighting Tiger football in the 2025 Kinder's Texas Bowl on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hear the Tigers roar worldwide. The LSU Sports Radio Network and the LSU Sports mobile app.
Along with former Tigers Jacob Hester, Gordy Rush on the sidelines, I'm Chris Blair. Happy to have you with us here on the 27th of December. Perfect placement here between the holiday and, of course, the new year coming up next week. As, again, they take a look at Matthew Wyckoff for the Cougars, the right guard, slow to get up after helping his quarterback pick up that 1+ yard to keep this drive alive. Houston looking at 1st down and 10 with the ball at the LSU 35-yard line. Quickly taking a look at the first quarter and your first quarter stats presented by Hancock Whitney. Tigers with 3 first downs, 62 yards on the ground, 23 yards through the air for a total of 85. University of Houston, 8 first downs so far, 45 yards on the ground, 52 yards through the air in that first quarter for a total of 97. And Jacob, you mentioned Deshaun Spears, already 6 tackles for the Tigers in this game. And, you know, it goes to speak, Corey Raymond, rebuilding DBU. And again, you're without some of your star players this year in tonight's game, but you got some pretty good depth that we have developed, or the Tigers have developed throughout the season. And you're right. Again, with Pickett and Woodland out there at the corners at times, Gilbert, along with Cooley and Deshaun Spears, the aforementioned. It's a pretty good salty bunch defensively.
Yeah, Spears, one of those guys who was SEC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance against Florida. So certainly excited to see here tonight. He's already started off with 6 tackles, as you mentioned.
Ball center of the field. Wegman takes the snap. 1st down and 10 from the 35. He's going to air it out. One-on-one coverage going to be overthrown, but a flag comes out at the 15-yard line. They're looking for Kobe Young. Trying to stay with him was DJ Pickett. A little bit of hand grabbing, and the flags come out.
Defense, number 3. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. 1st down.
So another costly penalty, and that's the 4th penalty against the Tigers tonight, Jacob. And, of course, 3 big ones help the Cougars get down the field and score.
Yeah, I don't know that we've seen that many times, if at all, for Pickett. Kind of panicking there. I don't even know if that play was going to be catchable there, but oftentimes, I mean, he plays that so well. Surprised that he kind of panicked and grabbed the hip of the receiver there.
3 down linemen. They've got 4 at the line of scrimmage through the Tigers here on 1st down and 10. Ball at the 26-yard line. Here's a handoff, breaking through a couple of arm tackles. Left tackle side down to the 15. There's going to be Dean Connors. He'll pick up 5 yards. Woodland and Patrick Payton there to help make the tackle for LSU. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Ball at the LSU 15-yard line. Red zone offense this year, pretty good by this Cougar squad, both offensively and defensively. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Ball at the 15 on that far side hash as they attack left to right. Wegman takes the snap, design run, and looks like he tripped and fell back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play by Connor Wegman. Looks like maybe the turf monster got him down there. It'll set up 3rd down and 5 and another pivotal Bingo Pest Product 3rd down for this LSU defense. They'll rely mainly on Ethan Sanchez for field goal kicking. The senior out of Dallas, Georgia, transferred to Houston after starting his career at Old Dominion. 3rd down and 6. Ball, they actually say back at the 16, so Wegman lost the yard falling forward. Motion to receiver, right to left, handoff on a delay to Connors. Connors straight ahead, makes his way down to the 10, and he'll pick up the 1st down for the Cougars. CJ Jim Coyley again was there on the tackle, playing the star position along with Gilbert tonight in that defensive backfield. And that'll be 1st down and goal to goal just inside the LSU 10-yard line. And again, they'll send 3 receivers out wide to the left, 1 to the near side. Wegman in the shotgun. Dean Connors on a sidecar to the right of the quarterback. Connors going to lead block. Wegman wants to run. He's grabbed from behind and tripped up at the 10-yard line for no gain on the play. So that'll quickly set up 2nd down, goal to go from the LSU 10.
I knew that Wigman certainly somebody that came in here with over 150 carries, but I wasn't sure they were going to try so much Q run, design quarterback run with him here today, just with LSU's team speed. But they have come in. They've stayed true to form for sure.
Pistol formation now for the Cougars. Again, ball middle of the field. Now Wegman going to bail out of the pocket. He'll line up as a receiver to the left side. Connors going to take a direct snap, but we got whistles and movement up front, and it looks like the Cougars fooled themselves. Should back them up. First penalty of the night.
Offense, everyone but the center.
Houston.
5-yard penalty, second down.
Well, that's one way to put it, Mr. Nickleby. Everybody but the center.
You mentioned kind of the trick plays and the gadget plays here in the bowl game and all the players. We are excited. Like, we waited all that time, but there's a reason why you waited to the bowl game to run a lot of that stuff, and I think that was a reason why there. Sometimes when you do it, it gets you a little bit off of what you've been doing to get you down here.
Coach Willie Fritz want to work on that a little bit more in practice with his team. Second down and 15, ball back at the 15-yard line. Second down and goal, I should say, from the 15. Again, quarterback draw, Wegman. Going right, cuts back left, inside the 10, down inside the 5. Stopped there after his knee came down to Marcus Cooley coming up to make the tackle to trip up the Cougar quarterback. And we'll set up third down and goal to go from the 4 of LSU after a 10-yard pickup. So that penalty costly for the Cougars. Still gives them a chance. Third down, goal to go from the 4. They'll keep the ball middle of the field. Wegman again lines up in the shotgun. He's got 3 receivers, including the tight end to the right, 1 flank to the left side. Connors, the single back to the left of Wegman. Waiting on the snap. Third down, goal to go from the 4. Wegman looking to throw. Bails out of the pocket, rolling to his right, throws on the run, and kick's going to be made right in the front right corner of the end zone by Amari Thomas, who has his second receiving touchdown of the night. And the Cougars now a point after away from tying this one up. 4-yard reception, Wegman to Thomas. They connect once again for Wegman. That's going to be his 23rd passing touchdown of the year. Thomas again brings in his 12th.
Yeah.
14 plays, 73 yards, 6 minutes and 59 seconds. That scoring drive by the Cougars with a point after upcoming. Sanchez on to try to add one more.
Yeah, you got to give it to Wigman on that one. I mean, multiple guys were covered there. Looked like he was about to take off and run. Kind of a dangerous throw, but he threw it right to the spot he had to for the touchdown.
Point after is good, and we are all tied at 14-all. We got 11:05 remaining here in the first half from the Kinder's Texas Bowl. Timeout on the field. Quick reminder, fans, Dudley DeBosier. They stand up for the purple and gold. They fight for Tiger fans all across Louisiana. Dudley DeBosier, proud to be an official partner of LSU Athletics. 14-all our score here in the Lone Star State. Back after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Tiger fans, if you've ever wanted to listen to the LSU Radio Network while you watch LSU basketball on TV, then just sync the game. It's easy to do.
Just pause the TV. Use the LSU Sports mobile app to stream the audio on your smartphone or tablet. Connect to a smart speaker, then wait for the audio to catch up to the point your TV is paused. Push play, and you are all set.
Sync the game with the LSU Sports mobile app. Find the app for free for iOS and Google. Download it today.
I'm Richard Fontenot, president of the Louisiana Farm Bureau Federation. My brother and I grow rice, soybeans, and raise crawfish on our farm in Evangeline Parish. For a fourth-generation farmer like myself, Louisiana Farm Bureau is as much a part of my life as checking traps or harvesting rice. Our organization is more than 145,000 members strong, and we've been around for more than 100 years. The Louisiana Farm Bureau spans generations, and we want you to join our family.
Visit lafarmbureau.org. The Louisiana Farm Bureau Federation, the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
Second quarter action continues. Presented by Dudley DeBosier. This is LSU Fighting Tiger Football on the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
After a couple of strong body blows early by the Tigers, getting out to a 14-0 lead over Houston here in the Kinders Texas Bowl, the Cougars have settled. And they put 2 scores on the board in their own right, and we're tied 14-14 here with 11:05 remaining here in the second quarter. Let's check in once again with Gordy Rush on a Sunshine Sideline Report. And Gordy, I got to believe there's been some really good defensive plays, and obviously give some credit to the Cougars, but some of these penalties, I got to believe, driving these defensive coaches crazy.
No, absolutely. There are times, especially the drive before last, and in which LSU just continued to shoot themselves in the foot. But give Houston credit. I think Slade Nagel's doing a wonderful job of spreading out the field, and when he's putting whether it's a running back or wide receiver in motion and getting the safeties out of the middle football field, he's getting numbers inside the box, and he's able to take advantage with the runs with Connors or the quarterback lead with Wegman. And you mentioned it, Jacob. This is more QB runs that really run, except for that last Baylor game. So they've leaned on that, and they've taken advantage, again, I think, of the youth of those linebackers and some of the inside players tonight.
Yoakum with the ensuing kickoff. Going to be a high but short kick to the near side. Going to be handled by Bauer Sharp at about the 27-yard line. So, again, not bad field position. Houston opting not to get that ball anywhere near Barryon Brown. They didn't listen to us the first time, Jake.
No, they did not. They said,
actually, the second time.
That's true. They said, we've seen too much of that. We're going to make sure we're just going to sky kick it here and allow a fair catch there, because certainly Brown able to take it the distance that they've already seen almost twice tonight.
Destin Hill will be the receiver sent out far to the right side. 2 receivers left, including Nick Anderson and Kyle Parker. Parker now will release out of the slot, motion to his right, now back to his left. The handoff going to go to Juwan Johnson, who sees his first time out there tonight. The handoff from Van Buren, tried to go straight ahead and cut to the right. Picks up no gain on the play. Johnson coming in on the season, 151 yards rushing. Has made 17 catches for 72 yards. He does a little bit of everything. Kind of a gadget guy in this LSU offense. One of the most successful high school players in the history of Louisiana high school football. So Johnson now will stay in there. Van Buren moves him from right to left side. Bauer Sharp flexed as the tight end to the left. Van Buren, design run up the middle. Van Buren, a little bit of room, makes his way up to the 34, just beyond the 34, picks up 7 yards, but will be just shy of the first down. Kentrell Webb was there to make the tackle. What a thrill, ladies and gentlemen. We got a tie ball game, electric start. And now happy to be joined by LSU's new head football coach, Lane Kiffin, joining us here in the booth. Coach, it is great to see you.
Good to see you. That sounded good. Thanks for saying that. It's weird. Now I feel like an assistant coach because I'm up in the box like this. I used to be an assistant coach calling plays.
Yeah, when's the last time you've been up in the box during a game?
A long, long time. I used to love it, though, because I feel like it's in slow motion. You go down there, that stuff goes fast when you get down there.
Van Buren on the slant. Hits Tradez Green right side, and Tradez carries a couple of Cougars up near the 45-yard line. An 11-yard pickup and a Louisiana blue first down. Well, first off, Coach, it is great to have you with us here tonight. I know you had a great holiday. I had a chance to follow on social media. Looked like you had a couple of good days with the family.
Yeah,
Always
we did.
good to have.
Yeah, it was good. All 3 kids were there, and it was awesome. And then excited to get back last night, and been working all day, and then just flew over here to come see you guys in the radio booth.
First down and 10. Van Buren in trouble, and this time Houston able to get home. It was Latrell McCutcheon. He's made a lot of tackles tonight. That time they sent him for the quarterback, a loss of 7 yards. So, again, the offensive line, Jake, had done a pretty good job holding up. That time he's able to sneak through, get right to Van Buren before Michael could look up. Loss in the play. It'll be second down and 18 back at the 37-yard line as Harlem Berry back out there at running back. Coach, I know we're finishing up the 2025 season here tonight. The focus from this team has been on this game tonight. I got to imagine you guys have been focused on what happens, not just beginning tomorrow. You've been working on it a while, but certainly the plans will start to ramp up as soon as we get back to Baton Rouge.
Yeah, I feel like a radio announcer here. I was like, man, on that last one, the back can't take like that. He's got to go get the blitzer right now. Man, he's taking too long, and then the blitzer sacked us. Now we got a fumble turnover here.
You nailed it, Coach.
Man,
Tough loss. That ball comes loose.
Two plays in a row. We got to go back to focusing on the game.
Sione Fotu comes up with the loose ball, and the Tigers offer up the first turnover of the game and set up Houston in great field position here. As we got a timeout on the field, change of possession here. Cougars in business, 1st and 10 at the 41. We'll take a quick break. We come back. We'll continue talking with LSU head coach Lane Kiffin here from the Kinders Texas Bowl in Houston. Our score, 14-14 LSU and the Cougars of Houston on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Matchup we've got, folks, just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted experts for all your home service needs. With over 35 years of dedicated service, we prioritize your comfort and satisfaction. As an official partner of LSU Athletics, we bring our expertise to every game. From installations to repairs, our team delivers honest pricing with no surprises. Call us today at 225-777-8888 and experience the difference with Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Go Tigers!
Trust isn't given. It's earned by showing up, leading the way, and performing at your best when it matters most. Our Lady of the Lake sports medicine experts know what it takes to improve performance and build champions at every level. That's why LSU chose Our Lady of the Lake as its championship health partner, trusting Louisiana's best medical team to care for our state's best athletes. From championship athletes to everyday champions, trusted care starts here. Visit OLOLRMC.com/LSU. We return to second quarter action of LSU Fighting Tiger football, presented by Dudley DeBosier on the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
LSU coughs up the football. Harlem Berry carrying the football, went right side. Cougars able to punch the ball loose. They take back possession after the turnover. It'll be 1st down and 10 at the LSU 41 as the Cougars now have possession in a 14-14 ball game. Fans, show your parish pride by scratching your way to big winnings by playing Parish Payout. From the lottery, you could win up to $15,000. Your parish, your payout. Must be at least 21 to purchase. Thrilled again to have LSU head coach Lane Kiffin joining us here in the broadcast booth. Coach, obviously the fans listening across the globe, they're probably all excited. I'm sure they're excited. I know they're excited. Kind of what's the plan for you guys, your staff? I know big announcements last week about filling your staff. I'm sure there's more to go, but kind of what's the first steps getting ready for 2026?
Well, we got coaches all over the place a little bit. We got some here, we had some back at the office, and we got some in Oxford, Mississippi.
Yep.
So it's unusual, but I'm glad that, our coach can go help those players and hopefully go win a national championship. But as soon as they're done, our coach will be back here and getting ready for a great portal season, keeping our own players and adding some great players.
Cougars start 1st down and 10 out of the pistol formation. The handoff going to go to DJ Butler. He spun around, not much, no gain on the play. Devon Keys, Deshaun Spears. Again, Spears racking up tackles here tonight, playing defensively for the Tigers. That'll set up 2nd down and 10.
So, Coach, when you're putting the roster together and you have a good idea, you've game planned against this LSU team for multiple years. Do you come in with that mindset of what you remember game planning against them, or is it kind of a blank slate? You kind of want to start over with you now at LSU?
Well, we start over, but we also do know some players from playing them, and it's why a big emphasis been keeping Whit Weeks, for instance. That's a big priority for us. And some of the other great players, especially on defense, and then go add players to them.
Yep.
Connor Wegman on the keeper. Able to go around the left edge, pick up 6 yards. That'll be 3rd down and 2. They'll mark it at the 33-yard line. Big Bengal Pest Product 3rd down for this LSU defense as the Cougars take this turnover. Now look at the 33-yard line of the Tigers here. The Cougars 3 for 5 so far tonight on 3rd down conversions. Again, just moments ago, the time of possession certainly in favor of the Cougars. Number of snaps in their favor as well. Of course, it helps when you have a 99-yard kickoff return to start the game. This time the handoff going to go to Butler, and he goes nowhere. A lot of gold helmets on the attack that time, led by Woodland and Javon Keys. And that'll set up 4th down and 4. So decision time now for Willie Fritz and company as there's the Tigers slow to get up. Coach, in this day and age of college football, as a head coach, it's almost as if you're rebuilding year after year. Is there an adjustment to that? I mean, is there an advantage to being able to, hey, look, this year, this is this year, and then we got to move it to next year? I got to believe if you're able to amend like that on the quick fly, that you're probably going to be more successful.
Well, there's some good parts of it, as a first-year coach when you come in and, you got to add some pieces. And so the portal is a good thing that way. But in general, it's gotten out of control. It's not good for college football. Something's got to be fixed. I mean, these guys everybody around the country is, just going in. And the portal's not even open yet. So I had to run our coaches. They're like, well, all these guys are in. I'm like, it's not even open. So you're not in. They're just leveraging.
Yes.
So it's just a bad system. And I don't get mad at any of the players, because they all got agents now, and agents want to make them the most money. So what's the best way to do that? Go in the portal. Even if it's where you want to stay,
right,
you're still seeing them go in. So that's kind of a newer thing. So I think fans, I tell our own coaches, you're going to have to get used to being uncomfortable.
Right.
These guys are going to go in or say they're going in, and then they still may resign.
Yeah.
Bernard Gooden slow to get up, now being helped off by the training crew to the near sideline. We've got an injury timeout. Good news, LSU fortunate to have a healthcare partner like Our Lady of the Lake Health to provide exceptional care when something like this happens. Again, it's where athletes go who need further care. Our score, 14-14. It's 4th and 4 for the Cougars at the LSU 35 when we return to NRG Stadium on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Trust isn't given. It's earned by showing up, leading the way, and performing at your best when it matters most. Our Lady of the Lake sports medicine experts know what it takes to improve performance and build champions at every level. That's why LSU chose Our Lady of the Lake as its championship health partner, trusting Louisiana's best medical team to care for our state's best athletes. From championship athletes to everyday champions, trusted care starts here. Visit OLOLRMC.com/LSU.
Everything tastes better after an LSU Tiger victory. Similarly, everything also tastes better once you've baptized it with the handcrafted flavor of the original Louisiana hot sauce. So just imagine how truly tasty something would taste if it was doused in the original Louisiana hot sauce after an LSU Tiger victory. That's Louisiana hot. Buy you some.
LSU Tiger fans are gearing up with real Tigers apparel and merchandise from the official online store at lsushop.net. Get jerseys, sideline gear, polos, t-shirts, hats, official team merchandise from Nike, accessories, and much more. Over 3,600 products, all shipped right to your door. Head to the place real Tiger fans go for the selection only real Tiger fans get at lsushop.net.
Second quarter action continues. Presented by Dudley DeVosier. This is LSU Fighting Tiger Football on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Powered by People's Health.
14-14 our score. Houston looking at a 4th down and 4. Again, Bernard Gooden helped off. We'll get an update from Gordy Rush coming up in just a moment. Hey, it was great to have LSU head coach Lane Kiffin stop by the booth here. Then he'll be headed down, I believe, to the sidelines and checking out some of his future players in the purple and gold. Right now, looking for a defensive stop. Ball placed at the 35-yard line of the Tigers. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Wegman in the shotgun. Crowded line of scrimmage for the LSU defense. They bring another corner blitz. They're able to pick it up. They get to Amari Thomas in the flat far side, but I think he's going to be short by a yard at about the 32-yard line. Needed to reach the 31. Great stop again. Team tackling by LSU defensively, and it will be, indeed, a turnover on downs. So the Tigers didn't get it on the last drive, Jacob, but they get it here. They'll take back possession. How about Jakeem Jackson and Tylen Singleton doing a great job of getting So one of the best receivers on this Cougar squad did not allow him to make a move and get any yards after the catch, gives the ball back to LSU.
Yeah, LSU needs to put a drive together here. Obviously, you got some points, but they've come in fast fashion, right, with the kickoff return. You had a nice, quick, easy drive here. Be nice for them to put together one of those 10-play drives that take some time off the clock.
Nick Anderson, Kyle Parker out wide to the right. Single back will be Durham. He'll get the carry. Going to be hit behind the line and dropped. They're going to give him forward progress back to the line. Nope, they're going to say lost a yard back to the 31 as Eddie Walls, the senior out of Fort Myers, coming up and making a solid Bear tackle, not allowing Durham to break free. We got 6:03, clock moving, second quarter, a 14-14 score here in the Kinder's Texas Bowl. LSU with a big stop. Of course, the Cougars with that turnover, but LSU's defense turns them away, gets the ball back. No harm done. Second down and 11 now at the 31-yard line. Van Buren in the shotgun. Durham again in the backfield. Van Buren going to run, trying to get outside, near side. Had a little room, but then caught and spun down at about the 32, just shy of the 32. Not much of a gain there, maybe half a yard, maybe one, depending on the spot. Carmicah Glass and Jordan Allen. Allen out of Lafayette, Louisiana. Played some time at LSU, now at Houston, in on that stop. It'll bring third down and 10. The ball at the LSU 32-yard line.
Yeah, LSU.
Tigers 2 for 3, Jacob, on third down.
LSU try to run back-to-back counters, and when you run a counter like that, you got to make sure you stop the penetration coming inside out. They weren't able to do that on either one of those plays.
3 wide to the right, 2 to the left. They'll orbit motion Durham at the snap. Van Buren looking to throw, and he sets it up. Catch made by Parker. He's across the 40, trying to reach the 45. He stopped at the 44, but picks up the Louisiana Blue first down on a pickup of 12 yards. Laufau with the stop for the Cougars, but an excellent job by Van Buren. Just kind of lofted it across the middle of the field. Parker on a crosser made the catch, and then immediately, what I loved about that, Jacob, he was coming across the field, but immediately put his foot in the ground and went straight ahead, picked up the first down.
Yeah, I don't know that we've seen that play since the Clemson game. Remember, Aaron Anderson had a big conversion on that same exact play. It's good to see that one back in the fold.
First down and 10 at the 44. They fake the jet sweep. Van Buren, tight pocket, and is going to be caught and slung down at about the 42-yard line again by Eddie Walls, making a name for himself at defensive end, the field defensive edge for the Cougars. And we're down to 4 minutes and 2 seconds, and the Tigers again behind the chains, looking at second down and 12 with the ball at their own 42-yard line. Barry had a 36-yard run. Then you had that 19-yard scamper by Van Buren. 13 carries now for LSU, but only 7 net yards.
Yeah, it's been a
other
real
than those
tough
two.
Go. Been a tough go. Tried a couple of different things, too.
Van Buren again throws across the middle. Again, he gets it to Kyle Parker, and Parker across the numbers near side. Gets into Cougar territory. Looks to be just shy by about a yard at the 47-yard line of Houston. As timeout called, and it looks like we have a Cougar slow to get up at about the 48-yard line. Jordan Allen was there on the tackle again. Out of Lafayette, Louisiana, the former Tiger making the stop on Parker, but it should set up third and a yard upcoming. Brandon Mack, the Cougars slow to get up. Both teams head to the respective sidelines, and they'll take a full timeout. Again, once again, LSU and Houston knotted up at 14 apiece. We got 3:31 remaining second quarter. And it's a 3rd and 1 for the Tigers when we come back from the Cougar 47-yard line. This is the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Every Tiger knows it's not just about where you are, it's about how you play the game. At LSU Online, we bring that same grit and greatness to your education. Whether you're watching from Baton Rouge or beyond, you can earn your degree on your time from anywhere. Flexible, online, built for Tiger Nation. Visit online.lsu.edu and win where you are.
Get ready, Tiger fans. Venture Global is proud to partner with LSU Athletics, powering Louisiana and the world with clean, low-cost, reliable energy and fueling the future of our great state. As we cheer on the Tigers this season, we're also driving innovation, creating jobs, and supporting our local communities. Together, we're building a brighter, more sustainable tomorrow. Venture Global, proud partner of LSU Athletics, powering champions on and off the field. Go Tigers!
In Baton Rouge, locals don't just love their home, they love sharing it. Discover a city where culture is abundant, Hospitality comes natural, and the best spots are never kept secrets. With the vibrancy of a big city and the ease of a weekend getaway, Baton Rouge invites you to slow down, savor, or soak it all in. Find your pace at visitbatonrouge.com.
In the SEC, it just means more. But what is it exactly? It's the fans, the students, the traditions, the legends. It's passion to celebrate deeper, reach farther, think smarter, make an impact off the field. It's that intangible thing that happens when 16 schools raise the bar as one. Because in the SEC, it just means more.
14-14. No, I'm sorry. Sorry, Gordy, go to you. Down on the sidelines. My bad.
Yeah, 3:31 remaining here in the second quarter. 3rd and 1 for LSU on the their Houston 47-yard line. Just a quick update. Bernard Gooden has been taken into the locker room. Looks like he rolled his ankle. His return is questionable. Should know more after the half.
Thank you, Gordy. All Sunshine sideline reports brought to you by Sunshine, your John Deere dealer in the great state of Louisiana. Big pivotal 3rd down and 1 here for LSU's offense. And to your point, Jacob, earlier, after getting the turnover on downs, taking back possession after the LSU fumble, you almost do feel like in a tie game here with 3:31 to go, LSU, first of all, job one, get this first down, keep this drive going. And then, of course, find a way to find that purple and gold end zone to our left here at NRG Stadium. Keep that momentum going after coming out on fire to start this game. Got out to a 14-0 lead before the Cougars settled down, put together 2 very good drives. Tigers with 120 yards total offense. The Cougars so far 133. 3rd down and 1. Out of the shotgun, the give to Durham. He went straight ahead, got stood up, now tried to come off to his left, and he's going to be thrown back at midfield by Rook Brown, the senior out of Texas. And they'll give him forward progress with no gain, so it sets up 4th down and 1. And it appears we'll have some substitutions coming in, but LSU looking like they're going to go for it here on the season. 7 of 12 on 4th down conversions for 56%.
When you are running on 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, whatever it is, you got to pick one defender out if it's not blocked up just perfectly and take him on head on to try to push him for the pile for the first down.
Van Buren going to line up under center. And they'll hand it off to Barry on Brown, and Brown trying to get to the near side, can't get to the edge. Xavier Thomas, rather, not Brown. It was Xavier Thomas who took the handoff after motioning right to left. It's very close. He was able to reach the football out, and it looks like it will be a Louisiana Blue first down for the Tigers, with Thomas just stretching that arm out.
Yeah, just like we just talked about. Sometimes it's not blocked up perfectly. What do? You find one guy, you take him on, and you drag him for 3 feet to pick up the yard you need.
First down and 10 now at the Cougar 46-yard line. May take this down to the 2-minute timeout. Van Buren looks to be in no hurry here. We got 2:04, and it appears LSU will be happy to start with 2 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. So we reached the 2-minute timeout, still tied 14-14. The Tigers, though, with a fresh set of downs, looking at first down and 10 at the Cougar 46-yard line. LSU Athletics, once again, would like to thank its corporate partners, Cox, McDonald's, FMOL Health, Our Lady of the Lake, Albertsons, Louisiana Blue, Coca-Cola, and Hancock Whitney. Timeout on the field. We'll return to NRG Stadium in a moment. 14-14 our score. LSU and Houston on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hi, this is Chef Kevin Belton for People's Health. If you have diabetes, heart failure, or cardiovascular disorder, and you have Medicare, ask about a People's Health Chronic Condition Special Needs Plan. It's a Medicare plan designed to help with the unique needs that go along with these chronic conditions. Call People's Health today. Your benefits could start as early as next month.
Plans are insured through United Healthcare Insurance Company or one of its affiliated companies, a Medicare Advantage organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in the plan depends on the plan's contract renewal with Medicare.
Do you have questions about Medicare? Let us help. Aetna has Medicare Advantage plans that include prescription drug coverage with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, plans include benefits for your whole health like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-888-76-AETNA to learn more. There is no obligation to enroll. One of our licensed agents will answer your call and help you pick the right plan for you. Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our D-SNPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
Toyota-thon is on. Oh, what fun it is to drive a new Toyota today. Hey, Jan from Toyota here, reminding you Toyota-thon is on. Make your holiday wishes come true with the new Camry, RAV4, Tacoma, and more. All right, let's sing it together this time. Toyota-thon is
Dealer
on.
inventory may vary. Toyota-thon ends January 5th. See your participating dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
We return to second quarter action of LSU Fighting Tiger football, presented by Dudley DeBosier on the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
Again, 14-14 our score here in Houston in the Kinder's Texas Bowl, LSU and the University of Houston. Again, Gordy told us prior to kickoff, the far side behind the Houston Cougar sideline, a lot of red and white, but a great showing by LSU faithful. Again, Houston being the largest base of alumni outside the state of Louisiana, and they certainly showed up along with those making the trip over, as we did earlier today. Nice little trip over from Baton Rouge to Spacetown, USA.
Yeah, the crowd feels good. Feels, obviously there's a lot of bowl games going on today, and you turn on the TV and sometimes there's not a lot of people in the stands there, but it's kind of a perfect storm for the Texas Bowl. Obviously, you mentioned it there, what Houston means to LSU. Houston takes a bus ride from their facility over to the stadium here. It certainly feels like a big-time game, and it's a lot of fun here in bowl season when you have this kind of atmosphere.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think Houston got to enjoy the marquee like the rest of us.
That's true.
Juwan Johnson will check in at running back here as the Tigers look at first down and 10, again at the Cougar 46-yard line. Van Buren sets back in the shotgun. He's got Trey'Dez Green in the slot to the right. Trey'Dez now will get closer to the formation right side. Van Buren 3 steps, looking to throw, slings it, but going to short arm it to Barryon Brown. Didn't make it to him at the 31, incomplete. And we'll set up second down and 10 at the 46.
Yeah, it's one of those ones, Chris, you got to have that. It's a really nice job by Brown. He really sells like he's going to run right by the corner there. They've seen his speed on the kick return already, so they have to respect it. He puts his foot in the ground, comes back to the football, but just a skip throw there from Michael Van Buren.
Van Buren will have Johnson on a wing to his left here. Double tights to the right of the formation with Sharp and Green. Chris Hilton out wide to the right. Van Buren rolling to his right, looking to throw on the run. Bowersharp makes the grab at the 31-yard line outside the numbers far side. There is a flag back at the 44-yard line. We'll see what that's all about. Picked up 15 yards on the pass play, but hold the phone. We'll see what our officials saw on the play. Again, our crew chief, Jason Nickleby, with his Big Ten crew, talking it over with a couple of his colleagues on that far side at the 40-yard line. Again, that flag well back at about the 44 near the line of scrimmage. Again, you had the sprint out to the right. First initial thought was a possible hold out there.
Now they're pointing Houston's direction, actually. A lot of discussion here. They've got 5 of them together. Willie's not happy. Willie's kind of trying to get into the huddle.
Well, we got the replay booth right next to us, Gordy, just like we did a year ago. They're actually looking at the end of the play, kind of the hit there from the Houston defender. So could possibly be talking about maybe a helmet-to-helmet situation.
Well, they're having, as Gordy said, a lengthy discussion. Now we'll see what Jason Nickleby and company sorted out as he'll turn on the microphone.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense, number 10. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Well, and also Bowersharp, who made the catch. Again, he did line up just to the right of that formation. I'm not sure he was on the line of scrimmage. He was behind the line of scrimmage.
Not sure why maybe Willie's a big Bowersharp guy. He wanted him to get a catch. I don't know why he was so upset.
Well, whatever the lobbying efforts by the Cougar staff appears to go in their favor. It'll back LSU up. It'll be 2nd and 15. They'll move the ball back to the 49-yard line of LSU.
Yeah, Willie Fritz still trying to get his money's worth over there on the sideline. I'm not sure why he's so upset with everything. I mean, it was a penalty on LSU. Look, we both know Willie very well. There's a reason why he has that rasp in his voice, right? It's from talking, a lot at a loud level there. So I don't know what he's so upset about.
Yeah, when working with Coach Fritz at Georgia Southern, he said, Chris, I have to apologize. It's 30-plus years of screaming on practice fields.
He's one of the best, though.
So, again, we have a pause in action here. LSU going to be backed up 2nd and 15. Again, the ball now at the LSU 49-yard line, back on their side of the field. With 1:49 to go here in the second quarter, tied 14-all. Van Buren in the shotgun. Johnson, the featured back. Here's the snap. Van Buren looking left, now forced out of the pocket, throws on the run. Catch made by Parker inside the 45, down to the 43. Just outside the numbers far side. He'll pick up 8 yards before being dropped there. So got half the penalty yards back. It does set up 3rd down and 7 now at the 43, and a timeout taken by the Cougars. I believe their first timeout of the first half. Timeouts, as always, brought to you by Coshada Casino. Escape to the largest casino resort in Louisiana, Coshada Casino Resort. Louisiana's best bet. Gordy Rush, let's go down on the sideline. You mentioned a time of possession in this first half, certainly in favor of the Cougars. And again, goes to Jacob's point about finishing this drive. Now you've got 1:38. You're at the 43 of the Cougars. This is a perfect opportunity to get in the end zone, get some momentum, and take that into the halftime locker room.
Yeah, no question. I mean, LSU's made plenty enough mistakes, 48 yards of penalties. You had the fumble, you had the missed field goal. To be able to get the momentum back your way and score here, I think is huge. And then also to keep the defense on the sideline. With Bernard Gooden going down, he's questionable his return with that ankle sprain. You're already thin in depth with some people that have opted out, so you want this defense to be as fresh as possible.
3rd down and 7. Juwan Johnson stays in. Now he'll leave the backfield, line up wide to the right. And into the slot will be Xavion Thomas to the right side. Kyle Parker along with Trades Green in the slot to the left with Barryon Brown, the wide receiver. So now they'll bring Johnson back. Van Buren steps into the shotgun. Snap, belt high. Pressure comes, and he's going to be knocked down back at the 46-yard line. Again, Khalil Laufau gets his 2nd sack. Just comes through virtually untouched. Up the middle and gets to Van Buren. A loss of 11 yards. The Cougars burn their 2nd timeout to preserve 1:34 on the second quarter clock.
Yeah, so that one's going to fall on the running back there. So they brought 2 guys. They brought a linebacker that was on the line, and they also brought the nickel from the edge. The running back, Juwan Johnson, goes to the nickel. It always, Chris, goes inside out. You got to take care of inside before you go outside. Why? Because the quarterback, if you protect him inside, he can throw off the guy coming off the edge there. Juwan Johnson goes too far out. He picks the widest guy instead of the guy who's the biggest threat, which is the Mike linebacker right there on the line of scrimmage. Van Buren has no chance to do anything. You can't step up. You can't step out because, remember, that pressure coming from the outside as well. So the running back's got to start inside and then work out.
3rd sack of the game for this Cougar defense against the Tigers. And we'll see Grant Chadwick punt it away for the Tigers for the first time tonight. He'll take the snap at about the 33-yard line. Low snap, but handled. Chadwick puts a foot into it at about the 38. Fair catch called for back at the 10-yard line by Mekhi Muse. 43-yard punt by Chadwick, who comes into the game on the season, averaging about 46 yards per punt. He has certainly been an asset this season in special teams. Yes. But the Cougars take over 1st down and 10. Start from their own 10-yard line here with 1:27 to go.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting here from Houston because really where they've had success, it's been with some design quarterback runs. It's been with trying to get their running game going by motioning people all over the place, like Gordy said, get you a little out of position. Well, that takes time. That's got to be methodical down the field. Here with 1:27, you still got 2 timeouts, though. They're going to have to speed it up a little bit, kind of change what they've been doing.
Connor Wegman, a threat to both throw and run. He's 8 of 10 passing, 59 yards, 2 passing touchdowns. To Amari Thomas, he also has an impressive 9 carries for 42 yards. This time they try to get outside on the pass to Dean Connors. He's chased down by Devon Keys, but he picks up 6 yards before being forced into the boundary. That'll set up second down and 4 up at the Cougars' 16-yard line.
Yeah, a play like that, you really start to miss, a Witt or really a West Weeks there, because your one-on-one coverage, and Keys is so good, between the hashes, between the tackles. That's where he's the strongest. They're going to try to get him out there on the edge in a little bit of an athletic mismatch.
Second down and 4 for the Cougars from their own 16 on the near side hash. Wegman going to motion the tight end left to right. Connors the single back on the left hip of Wegman. 3 steps, fires, finds his tight end, Kojul, at the 20, steps out of bounds at the 21 to stop the clock. DJ Pickett on coverage, but it will be a first down after a 5-yard pickup on the pitch and catch. And stops the clock with 1:18 remaining here in the second quarter in a tie game, 14-14. Coming up on the ISC Constructors Fighting Tiger halftime report. Brian Haldane back in the Capital One studio will take you through it. First half highlights, look at the first half stats, and check scores around the college football world. First and 10, ball at the 20-yard line of the Cougars. Wegman out of the shotgun. They'll motion Amari Thomas right to left. Wegman, time in the pocket, fires. Catch going to be made, and breaking one shoestring tackle at the 25 and up across the 30. Middle of the field is Harvey Broussard III. Hauls in his first catch. Picks up 12 yards and picks up a first down for the Cougars. And we got a Tiger slow to get up at the 31-yard line. And Jacob, to Gordy's point, you're already down Bernard Gooden, already down a number of opt-outs, as well as some injuries coming into this game. And
man, that looks like Devon Keys down there on the field, Chris. And that one is one of the ones I just don't know if you have another guy that has the experience that can come in and give you what Keys is going to do. Because, look, even going back to his freshman year, we talked about it often that year. He played a lot at the back half of that season, certainly played a lot here this season with the injury to Witt Weeks. And so you've already got Singleton starting at one linebacker. That probably puts Zach Weeks, the true freshman, into the rotation here, into the game during a 2-minute type situation where Houston obviously is going to want to go fast, want to make sure that they're efficient with their play. So it's going to be crucial for Zach Weeks if he's got the man in coverage, if he's blitzing, making sure he picks the right gaps, and kind of look for Houston maybe to try to find him pretty early.
So now Houston with 1 timeout remaining, 1:11 to go. Wegman in the pocket, throws to Connors in the flat far side, and a punishing blow will force him out of bounds. They'll say he reaches the 36. They're going to say he stayed in bounds. So the clock will run. It's 58 seconds and counting. Jakeem Jackson with a good open field hit to bring down Connors, who was trying to get to that far side. So now second down and 6 with the ball at the Cougar 36-yard line. Wegman takes the snap, flips it far side again. This Kojul, the tight end. Tightrope down the far sideline, going to pick up the first down up around the 43, just shy of the 43-yard line. Picks up 7 yards. So a fresh set of downs. This time he gets out of bounds, stops the clock with 43 seconds. And it'll be first and 10 at the Cougar 43.
Yeah, good to see Devon Keys get back in the game there. They actually went with an extra DB instead of replacing him at linebacker.
Yeah, good news. Keys back out there. Of course, he had the pick 6 against Baylor right here at this very stadium a year ago in the Texas Bowl. Wegman takes the snap, looking near side, airs it out, overthrown and incomplete down around the 26-yard line. They were looking for Amari Thomas. P.J. Woodland, though, had the best chance to get a hand on that football, but it was overthrown and incomplete. Second down and 10 at the 43 of the Cougars. Stops the clock with 37 seconds with the incompletion.
Yeah, going back to it, that's not their strong suit. That's not what they do really well. So LSU's, you got to keep everything in front of them, make sure they get them tackled down in bounds like they have the last couple of plays there. Try to turn some of this clock and let them run out, as they can't hit the big play just yet.
Connors empties out of the backfield. He'll line up wide to the left. So an empty backfield for Wegman. 3 steps, throws across the middle, gets his tight end Kojul into positive territory and knocked down at the LSU 45. Picks up another 12 yards and another first down for the Cougars. Jordan Gilbert made the stop, but it's first down and 10 now at the LSU 45. Clock continues to roll. We got 30 seconds remaining here in the first half. Wegman just going to throw this one away, and it looks like movement up front. Whistles and flags go everywhere. And the Cougars may have got a little jumpy there. They tried to line up quickly. Again, just one timeout remaining. The scoreboard here at NRG has Houston with 2 timeouts, but they burned 2 back-to-back just moments ago. Still waiting on the call from Jason Nickleby, our crew chief.
Full start. Offense, number 74. 5-yard penalty. First down. Houston has elected to take timeout to avoid the 10-second runoff. That is their third and final of the half. 30 seconds.
So once again, to avoid the runoff of 10 seconds on the game clock, Houston will burn its final timeout, trying to preserve 28 seconds on the second quarter clock here. Matthew Wyckoff, the guilty party, the right guard, senior out of Magnolia, Texas. So with 28 seconds remaining in a tie game, 14-14, if you're just tuning in, the Tigers jumped out to an early start, 99-yard kick return to open the game. Barryon Brown went 99 yards to make it a 7-0 ball game. LSU would then get back on offense, put together an impressive drive, find Trades Green for a score off the pass for Michael Van Buren. It's 14-0 LSU, but the Cougars have scored the last 14 points, and that's where we are with 28 seconds. So they're going to put 2 more seconds on the game clock, making an even 30 here as Houston looks at 1st and 15 with the ball at midfield. They'll send out 3 receivers, including Thomas in the slot to the right side. Koziel, the tight end, will be flexed just off the formation to the left.
Thank you.
Tigers again have Cooley on the back end of that defense, along with Gilbert at safety. Tigers show a little pressure at the line of scrimmage. Wegman takes the snap, steps back, looks to throw, and got a man wide open at the 36-yard line near side, headed towards the boundary. He'll step out of bounds at the 29. That was Kobe Young. DJ Pickett was on coverage, but he got there late. 21-yard pickup. It's 1st down and 10 now at the 29-yard line of the Tigers with 24 seconds. Again, the clock stopped after Young able to get out of bounds. So the 9th play upcoming of this drive for the Cougars.
Yeah, DJ Pickett certainly upset with himself there. Gave a little bit too much room there on the route. I think he thought he was going to run that a little bit deeper, ends up cutting it square down the line, and Pickett not able to recover.
Stacey Sneed now in at running back. Senior out of Arlington, Texas, as Wegman takes the snap, looking to throw again, airs it towards the near side, but it's overthrown and out of bounds, looking for Broussard. That'll set up 2nd down and 10 at the 29 with an even 20 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
It's really the first time we've seen this year where a team has tried to go after DJ Pickett. Maybe if we go back early in the year, true freshman, some of his first reps as a Tiger, but this is the first time in a long time, and going to be interesting to see how DJ kind of, changes maybe his game plan into this game, knowing they're going to come right at him.
Mari Thomas in the slot to the left. Wegman drops back, now sprinting to his right. Throws, lofts it down the field, one-on-one, and a little trip, but no flags, incomplete. Looking for Thomas, who came across the field. The throw was inside the 5 near side. P.J. Woodland picked him up in coverage, and the throw by Wegman off the mark. Incomplete, sets up 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, Woodland probably a guy that kind of gets lost in the shuffle of, Mansour Delane has a Thorpe finalist type year. We talk a lot about DJ Pickett, rightfully so, and P.J. Woodland's had a really nice year this year, being the starter for the full season there, playing nice here to close out the 2025 season so far in Houston.
14 seconds remain here in the second quarter. Play clock down to 7. 3rd and 10 from the 29 of the Tigers. Wegman takes the shotgun snap. Pressure comes. He will launch it in the air. Far side. It's a jump ball, and we're going to get pass interference. That time it looked like setting up a basketball screen. Kobe Young was the intended receiver. Jakeem Jackson just got in front of him and held him up with his body at about the 5.
Pass interference. Defense, number 8.
That throw was well overthrown. I don't think Young gets to that whether Jakeem Jackson is standing there or not, but they're going to rule pass interference. Tough break and another costly penalty going to move the Cougars even closer now to the end zone with just 9 seconds remaining.
Yeah, maybe this refereeing crew is actually past their bedtime with that call.
Now
Yeah,
now we got an extra flag, Gordy, on the bench.
Yep, they're going to call Frank Wilson for letting his feelings be known to the officials. So that's an unsportsmanlike penalty. That'll be half the distance to the goal line here. So Houston's going to get at least 1 or 2 shots here at the end zone before trying to field goal.
That's a bad call. I mean, you have 2 guys. A receiver grabs onto the defensive back. Superman himself's not making that play there. It's not catchable. So, look, you don't want to get a penalty. Frank's got to obviously stay composed, but I understand the frustration.
So after those back-to-back penalties, pass interference, and then a flag on the head coach, sets up first down goal to go from the 7. Wegman on first down, throws back of the end zone, and the tight end Tanner Koziel brings it in for a 7-yard score. That time Pickett was on coverage. Koziel at 6'7", 250. Pickett a tall one at 6'5", but just a better throw by Wegman. The only man to make a play in the back of the end zone was his tight end, who hauls in his 6th receiving touchdown of the season, and the Cougars take their first lead. Comes late here in the second quarter, make it 20-14 after an 11-play, 90-yard drive, aided by some costly penalties. Once again, took a minute 23 off the second quarter clock.
I mean, everything that Houston's really got going here today, you pointed out, Chris, has been off of a penalty.
Ethan Sanchez on, trying to make it a 21-14 ball game. The kick is on its way. The kick is up, and it's good. So with 4 seconds remaining here in the first half, Houston does have their first lead of the night, 21-14. 206 yards total offense for the Cougars to 119 for your Tigers. But, Gordy, you said it. Right now you're looking at 7 penalties, 70 yards against LSU for just 2 penalties, 10 yards against the Cougars.
Yeah, and especially a situation like that. I'm with Jacob. Terrible call on the other side. That ball's not catchable at all, and there wasn't really enough contact. I mean, the receiver actually shut down the route, and there's really nothing that Woodland could have done on that side. But on this, I understand Frank's frustration. Let it known they get a ball at the 9, they get 2 shots there, and it's about cleaning up the mistakes, cleaning up the penalties, and cleaning up the stuff that Jacob's talking about. Running backs missing blitzers, things of that nature. You got to execute here, put it together. LSU's bigger, they're more athletic. It's been Houston since LSU went up 14-0 that's had the momentum, and they've been executing. They've not been beating themselves.
LSU with their last possession, their longest drive of the night, but still well shy. The Cougars 17 minutes, 26 seconds of possession to 12.5 for your Tigers here in the first half. Zach Yoakum set to kick it back with 4 seconds. Last time he avoided Barryon Brown. Let's see if they do the high. Nope, this time they'll scoot it down the field. It'll be picked up again at about the 24-yard line near side and trying to get out of bounds before the clock goes 0, but unable to do so as Bauer Sharp, and the first half will come to an end. So the Tigers head to the locker room. They relinquish the lead late in the second quarter. Houston goes in 21-14, the lead here in the Kinder's Texas Bowl. Coming up, we'll have the ISC Constructors Fighting Tiger halftime report. But first, down on the field with the Capital One head coach's interview. Interim coach Frank Wilson will join Gordy Rush, talk about the first half and some of the adjustments they'll look to make in the second half of action coming up. Brian Haldane will be back in the Capital One studio, take you through the first half stats, first half scoring drive, as well as scores around bowl season and college football. Plenty of action here on this Saturday as Coach Wilson still talking it over with the referee, Jason Nickleby, there on the near sideline at about the 15-yard line, probably trying to get clarification on certainly that last couple of penalties, the pass interference as well as the penalty on the LSU sideline. They're still talking it over. Pretty bombastic conversation from what we can tell up here.
Being used here in this conversation.
Absolutely. Coach Wilson still doing most of the talking here with the Big Ten referee, Jason Nickleby.
Yeah, look, and I understand Frank being upset there. There's multiple reasons why you could be upset with that call. One, the receiver stops running on his route. He grabs the defensive back around his shoulders. The ball's not catchable as well. And so those are 2 things that Frank Wilson's going to have a valid argument on. And that's a big play in this game. I mean, it gives you the momentum to get down there and obviously have an easy pitch and catch there to your 6'5" tight end.
So now let's go down on the field. Gordy Rush going to visit with Coach Frank Wilson. Gordy?
All right, Coach, I know frustrating sequence right there to end the half in general. Offensively, it's missed opportunities, penalties, mistakes. turning the ball over, getting penalties. It's not well for us on offense. Defensively, we got to be able to get off the field. We have to tackle. We have to contest passes to allow ourselves to get off the field on third down. Take me real quick, that last sequence there. Disappointing interference call.
Yeah, the ball's not even remotely close. The referee basically acknowledges, yeah, you're probably right. What do you mean I'm probably right? And we're going to just let that go without conversation? And to call it at such a critical part of the game, to me, is very discouraging, unfortunately. I get it. They have a job to do. It's a tough job they have to do. But we've had several of them already in the first half. And I think the players should determine the outcome of the game.
Coach, thanks.
Thank you.
Guys.
Thank you, Gordy. Thank you, Coach. We're at halftime here at NRG Stadium in the Kinder's Texas Bowl. It's a 21-14 Houston lead. Coming up, we'll send you back to the Capital One studio. Brian Haldane will take you through the ISC Constructors Fighting Tiger halftime report. Jacob Gordy and our entire crew here in Houston will join you for the start of the third quarter. Our score once again here in Houston. Houston Cougars 21, your LSU Tigers 14 on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Everyone has their own favorite way to experience Louisiana. For some, it's the taste of hot beignets with a creamy cafe au lait. For others, it's swaying to the music of brass bands, Zydeco, and all the music in between. It's boating on the bayou, weaving your way through festivals, road tripping in pursuit of the greatest gumbo. Whoever you are, whatever you crave, Louisiana will feed your soul. Go to findyourlouisiana.com to plan your visit today.
Waste Pro is proud to be the official waste and recycling collection services provider to LSU Athletics. We service over 2 million residential and commercial customers in more than 500 towns and municipalities across the South. Waste Pro is proud to work, live, and raise families in the areas we serve. We consider it a privilege to work hand in hand with our customers, partners, and employees to create a better community-first waste and recycling model. Waste Pro is the official waste and recycling collection service provider of LSU Athletics. Visit wasteprousa.com for more information.
Equipment Share, proud partner of LSU Athletics. We understand that when you rent construction and industrial equipment, you need reliable machines and dependable service. From dozers and aerial work platforms to pumps, power, and climate control, we've got you covered. All rentals are powered by T3, the easy-to-use fleet management tool that lets you monitor your equipment from your phone or laptop. Visit EquipmentShare.com for your rental today. Equipment Share, built by contractors for contractors.
Welcome in to the ISC Fighting Tiger Halftime Report. Presented by ISC Constructors. Powered by people. Coming up, a breakdown of the first half with highlights, stats, and a check of the Republic Finance scoreboard. Now, from inside legendary Tiger Stadium in the Capital One studios, here again is Brian Haldane.
Let's go ahead and bring it back into the Capital One studios. Capital One offering checking and savings accounts with no fees nor minimums. What's in your wallet? We start off your halftime report with the scoreboard update presented by Republic Finance. Visit Republic Finance for all your personal loan needs. Get started at republicfinance.com/Tigers. A slate of bowl games going on today, and there are two that are still ongoing. That will be us, and that will be Virginia versus Missouri. Number 19, Virginia has a 13-7 lead over Missouri. 10:40. Well, let me refresh that page real quick before I tell you that. There is that game has gone final. My apologies. That game has gone final. Virginia did get the 13-7 win over Missouri. Also in the books today, North Texas was a 49-47 winner over San Diego State. That was in the New Mexico Bowl. Pittsburgh falls to East Carolina 23-17 in the Go Bowling Military Bowl. It was Penn State 22, Clemson 10 in the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl. Army 41, UConn 16. That's your final score from the Wasabi Fenway Bowl. And in the Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl, it was Fresno State 18, Miami of Ohio 3. The college football playoff will pick up once again on New Year's Eve. And when they do, the New Year's Eve game in the college football playoff will be number 10, Miami, taking on number 2, Ohio State. That will be in the Cotton Bowl Classic. On January 1st, 3 games slated for your college football playoff. Number 5, Oregon, or 5th-ranked Oregon versus 4th-ranked Texas Tech. That is in the Capital One Orange Bowl. Alabama and Indiana square off in the Rose Bowl presented by Prudential, and Ole Miss and Georgia will do battle to round up the day in the All-State Sugar Bowl. As far as Louisiana teams that made the college football play, there was one that made the college football play of two others that are in postseason play. Tulane just got pummeled in the opening round of the playoffs by Ole Miss, 41-10 the final score there. UL Lafayette did find their way to the postseason. They fall to Delaware in the 68 Ventures Bowl, 20-13. And coming up on Tuesday, Louisiana Tech will take on Coastal Carolina in the Radiance Technologies Independence Bowl. Once again, our score at halftime is LSU 14, Houston 21. Leadership starts right here at home. That's why Ford assembles the most vehicles in America and employs the most hourly workers from America for America. Just another reason why Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America for 48 straight years. See your Southern quality Ford dealer today. All right, we're coming up on a quick break. When we come back from that break, we got a lot more to go as we run down this halftime. We'll get your scoring update on the back end of this break. Of course, we will have some team stats and some individual stats. All of those are on the way before we return you to NRG Stadium in Houston. So let's go ahead and take this quick break. We will come back next on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
There's danger out there. It lurks on highways and quiet neighborhood streets. It's more likely to kill you than a shark and more terrifying than the biggest snake. Distracted driving claims lives every day. Every notification, swipe, social post, video, or selfie while driving risks your life. So while you might think public speaking or the zombie apocalypse is scary, what's really terrifying and even deadly is distracted driving. Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hey, Tiger fans 12 and younger, don't miss your chance to be a part of Mike's Kids Club. Presented by Shell, the exclusive kids club of LSU Athletics. Join Mike's Kids Club for only $25. Get the official Mike's Kids Club t-shirt, free admission to select LSU athletic events, and much, much more. To learn about upcoming events and to join, please visit LSUMKC.com. The Mike's Kids Club, presented by Shell.
Squeeze every ounce of life out of every day. Memorize every sunset, every face you love, and climb every obstacle until you can't go higher. With Louisiana Blue, you're free to soar because you've got the compassion of the cross, the security of the shield, and the comfort of blue behind you. Live Louisiana. We've got you. Louisiana Blue. Louisiana True.
Back with more on the ISC Constructors Fighting Tiger Halftime Report. Now, with a first half scoring recap, here again is Brian Haldane.
Do you have questions about Medicare? Let us help. Aetna has Medicare Advantage plans that include prescription drug coverage with a $0 plan premium. Call Aetna today, 1-888-76-AETNA to learn more. Yes, it is time for that scoring recap, and LSU literally could not get off to a better start in this game. Berrien Brown, 99 yards on the opening kickoff.
It'll be Zach Yoakum to tee it up at the 35-yard line. The senior out of Upper Arlington, Ohio. Started his career at Notre Dame, and here's the approach. First half kickoff brought to you by Cintas, and we've got football here in the Lone Star State. Berrien Brown going to take it at about the 5 and find some room. Comes across the middle of the field, across the 40, into Houston territory. Tiptoes down the sidelines. He's going to take it to the house. 98-yard kickoff return, and the Tigers make their presence known right out of the gate. Berrien Brown with his 6th career kickoff return for touchdown, and the Tigers take an early 6-0 lead.
The extra point would be good, making it 7-0. The Tigers would hold Houston off to a 5-play, 14-yard drive before the Cougars would punt. LSU then would put together a 4-play, 60-yard drive to find the end zone one more time. This time it was Michael Van Buren connecting with Trey Green from 23 yards out for the touchdown.
Rough snap and handled by Van Buren. Late blitz comes. He'll throw. Catch going to be made by Green at the 9, far side. And he will make his way to the end zone for a touchdown. 23-yard strike. Trey Green, the sophomore tight end, quickly makes it 13-0. LSU. Green on the year with his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the extra point would be good on that one, making it 14-0. Houston would respond with a 9-play, 75-yard drive and ending up in an 8-yard touchdown pass to bring the score to 14-7 overall. LSU would miss a field goal on their next drive. Houston would find the end zone another time, 14 plays on their next drive, 73 yards. This time a 4-yard touchdown pass from Connor Wegman to Thomas to even the score up at 14-14. Then we'd trade punts and LSU would fumble. We'd trade punts and then a turnover on downs by Houston. Finally, Houston would put together an 11-play, 90-yard drive to go up 21-14, which is our halftime score right now. Bud Light, proud sponsor of LSU Athletics. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. What kind of stats brought us to this 21-14 score? Well, that is what we will break down next on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Champions make plays on the field and in life. With LSU Online, you can keep your career moving, earn your degree, and still run your own game plan. Learn anytime from anywhere and take the next step toward your goal line. It's time to make your move, Tiger fans. Visit online.lsu.edu. LSU Online. Win where you are.
Everyone has their own favorite way to experience Louisiana. For some, it's the taste of hot beignets with a creamy cafe au lait. For others, it's swaying to the music of brass bands, Zydeco, and all the music in between. It's boating on the bayou, weaving your way through festivals, road tripping in pursuit of the greatest gumbo. Whoever you are, whatever you crave, Louisiana will feed your soul. Go to findyourlouisiana.com to plan your visit today.
Zach Bryan with Heaven on Tour.
Poison myself again. Something in the orange tells me you'll never come.
Saturday, March 28th, Tiger Stadium.
Wish I didn't, but I do.
With special guests, Camp and J.R. Carroll. Tickets are on sale now at ZachBryan.com.
I think I've heard you coming.
Don't miss Zach Bryan live. Second half action of LSU Fighting Tiger football is coming up. This is the ISC Constructors Fighting Tiger halftime report on the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
Leadership starts right here at home. That's why Ford assembles the most vehicles in America and employs the most hourly workers from America for America. Just another reason why Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America for 48 straight years. See your Southern Quality Ford dealer today. All right, stats time. Let's start off with the passing stats. Your passing report, of course, brought to you by L'Auberge Baton Rouge Casino and Hotel. Over on Houston's side, Connor Wegman is 16 of 21 for 132 yards. He is connected with 6 different receivers. Leading the way is Tanner Kojal, their tight end. He's got 6 catches, 42 yards. Kobe Young's got 2 catches for 32 yards, and Amari Thomas has 4 catches for 29 yards. It drops off after that. Michael Van Buren is 5 of 7 for 66 yards. That breaks down to 2 passes to Trey Green for 34 yards and 3 to Kyle Parker for 32 yards. Of course, that touchdown to Trey Green is included there as well. Now it's time for your rushing report, brought to you by Old Dominion Freight Line. Back to the Houston side, Connor Wegman leading the way on the ground for Houston as well. 9 carries, 42 yards. He is followed up by Dean Connors, who has 6 carries for 19 yards. DJ Butler's touched the ball 5 times for 9. Over on LSU side, Harlem Berry has 3 carries, 45 yards. Michael Van Buren, 7 carries for 7 yards. Xavier Thomas, 1 carry for 1 yard. A couple of other quick statistics to break down for you. On the team front, LSU has 6 first downs in the first half to Houston's 19. LSU has 7 penalties for 70 yards. Houston has 2 penalties for 10 yards. Your time of possession, LSU 12 minutes, 34 seconds. Houston 17 minutes, 26 seconds. And of course, LSU has the 1 turnover to Houston's none. Those are a look at the stats that bring us to our score at halftime. Houston up 21-14 over your LSU Tigers. We'll take a quick break. On the back end of this break, we'll be back inside the stadium with Jacob, with Gordy, and of course, the voice of the Tigers, Chris Blair, right after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hey, college football fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day.
And an ice cold Bud Light.
Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot
Or parked on the couch.
sitting on your lucky stool at the bar,
Or standing in the fan section all game long.
the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win
Into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that.
Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy.
Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Trust isn't given. It's earned by showing up, leading the way, and performing at your best when it matters most. Our Lady of the Lake sports medicine experts know what it takes to improve performance and build champions at every level. That's why LSU chose Our Lady of the Lake as its championship health partner, trusting Louisiana's best medical team to care for our state's best athletes. From championship athletes to everyday champions, trusted care starts here. Visit OLOLRMC.com/LSU.
Hi, I'm Nancy Landry. Louisiana's elections are an important part of who we are. In 2026, closed party primaries will change how some of those elections happen, so you'll want to know what to do. Keeping your registration current ensures you'll get the right party-based ballot. Remember, this change only applies to certain offices. To learn more, visit govote.com or download the GoVote app. Know before you go.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of LSU Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
This has been the ISC Constructors Fighting Tiger Halftime Report. Presented by ISC Constructors. Powered by people. Second half action of LSU Fighting Tiger football begins on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Powered by People's Health. Here again are Gordy, Jacob, and Chris.
And welcome back into NRG Stadium here in Houston, Texas. It is Houston up on your LSU Fighting Tigers 21-14 as we get ready for the second half. Houston will receive the opening kickoff of the second half. As a reminder, we saw some fireworks there in the opening kickoff. LSU returning it 99 yards for a touchdown. So going to need a big stop from LSU, get that LSU offense the ball back with an opportunity to try to tie this thing up. So getting ready for second half action. Again, Houston will start with the football. Let's go ahead and welcome back on to the broadcast the voice of your LSU Tigers, Chris Blair.
Yes, indeed, Jacob. Houston will take the opening kickoff. And looking back at that first half as Brian Haldane ran down the full stats and highlights, Tigers led early 14-0. And you mentioned it, Barryon Brown started the game with some fireworks. The opening kickoff, he goes 99 yards. Houston made the mistake of kicking it to him twice in their first two kickoffs. He's got two returns, 142 yards, averaging 71 yards a return thanks to that 99-yard touchdown. Since then, they have avoided him with the short and squib kick. But LSU, we got to talk about defensively. Again, very aggressive early on. Again, the penalty is a big factor in this game thus far, as Coach Wilson told Gordy Rush going into the locker room. The Tigers in that first half, again, 7 penalties, 70 yards, not bigger than that pass interference call in the final 30 seconds of that second quarter. And then add insult to injury, a sideline flag against Coach Wilson set them up at the 9-yard line of the Tigers. And on the first play, they're able to hit their tight end, Tanner Koziel, to give Houston the lead 21-14. Jacob, your best guess as to both what sides, offense and defense, we're discussing there in the halftime locker room. Again, cleaning it up, but also a little better execution in all phases.
Yeah, without question. So LSU's offense, Houston's bringing pressure. That's just the MO of their defense coordinator, Armstrong. When he was at Florida, that's what he's known for. So he's going to keep doing that. Now, you've got to pick it up. We talked about the running back. Hey, if you've got pass protection responsibilities, you got to make sure you end up on the right guy. Give your quarterback an opportunity. They got to push the ball, CB, down the field. I mean, it hadn't been very many times where they've thrown the ball past, a 12 to 15 kind of yard range. I saw that one to Tradez Green there
early in the first quarter. So they got to push the ball down the field, but you got to have time to be able to do that. And then defensively, you got to get them off the field. You've done a good job on first and second down, but they got 19 first downs, and it's been methodical. It's been, we're going to get 4 here. We're going to get 6 here. We're going to pick up another 4. There hasn't really been a lot of big plays. It's been penalties at the worst times, and it's been not being able to get off the field. And you got to get after the quarterback. I know this is a tough team to do that against because Connor Wigman's not going to sit back there for a long time. Everything is quick hitting, or they're putting him on the move there. But you got to try to find a way to get them off the field on third down, because so far that's been key for them. And, of course, you said it, you got to clean up the penalties, 7 for 70 yards.
Yeah, the favorite target for Wegman through the air has been their big tight end, Tanner Koziel, 6 catches, 42 yards, and that touchdown, of course, to give Houston the lead, 21-14. Amari Thomas, 4 catches and 29 yards. And again, Wegman, 16 of 21 for 132 yards passing. Haven't seen, for the most part, any deep shots from LSU. Van Buren so far 5 of 7 for 66 yards. His leading target is Kyle Parker. He's got 3 catches for 32. Trey'Dez Green, of course, had that second touchdown for the Tigers. He's got 2 catches for 34 yards. But that's it out of this receiving core. We know there's some playmakers there. And, of course, Marion Brown, part of that mix. Of course, had the special teams touchdown. But look to see maybe go to the air, not a total air assault. They really haven't tested this secondary. And to your point, a lot of pressure coming. So Van Buren's got to be very smart and efficient with the football. But let's see if we can use some of that LSU speed advantage out wide here in this second half as the Tigers try to come from behind here in the second half, trailing 21-14, just about set for the start of the second half. Aaron Burrell will tee it up at the 35-yard line. Back deep, Makai Muse for the Cougars. He'll stand at the 5-yard line. Burrell waiting to get the go-ahead. And now here's the approach. And the third quarter is underway here at NRG Stadium. And this one's going to sail into the end zone, take a bounce, and they're happy to take a touchback. First down and 10 at the 25 for Connor Wigman and the Houston Cougars. Fans, Toyota's national sales event is on right now. You can enjoy every second in an exciting Toyota. Just visit your local Toyota dealer or Toyota.com today. Wegman, as we said, 16 of 21, 132 yards passing, 3 passing touchdowns, resulting in this 21 points so far for the Cougars. Now line up in a pistol formation on first down and 10 from their own 25. It'll be DJ Butler, the running back behind Connor Wegman. Now they'll move him back to the right side. It'll be a shotgun snap coming to Wigman. Here's the snap. Puts it in the belly, running downhill straight ahead across the 30, and then leaping his way to the 34-yard line on a 9-yard pickup. It's going to be DJ Butler before he stopped by Devon Keys, who adds another tackle to his ledger tonight. But it is a 9-yard pickup. Sets up second and short, 2nd and 1 with a ball at the 34-yard line. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right side. Now they'll motion the receiver. That's the tight end, right to left. Give again up the middle and picking up the first down and then some. Across the 35 up to the 38-yard line will be DJ Butler. Picks up 4 yards and then it's good.
Chris,
with his 7th carry. Sorry, Gordy, go ahead.
Quick update for you. LSU's going to be without Bernard Good, and he's in street clothes and in a boot with that ankle. So he is done for the evening. So they're down to 3 or 4 defensive linemen, McKinley and Guillory in the game right now.
Tough break for the 5th-year senior Gooden out of Montgomery, Alabama. First down and 10 now at the 38-yard line. Pistol formation. Wegman takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls to his right. Pressure coming. He will toss on the run. Going up and almost making the catch, but it's knocked free. Kobe Young went up on a ladder to bring it in, but DJ Pickett, Jacob didn't give up on the play, went right for the football, jostles it loose, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see how he plays the second half. We mentioned it. He hasn't been tested many times this year. Houston was going after him a little bit there in the first half, and so we're going to see how he's able to adjust and maybe come back after some adversity because, look, he's a young football player, but he hasn't had a lot of adversity, so a nice start for him here in the second half, breaking up that pass.
Second down and 10 at the 38. From the far side hash as the Cougars attack right to left. Motion the running back is a wide out to the right side. Wegman by his lonesome takes the shotgun snap, looking to throw across the middle to the tight end. Had it in his hands, bobbled it. They'll say an incomplete pass at the 40-yard line. So that'll set up third down and 10 from the 38. Kojo again, favorite target for Wegman. especially across the middle. And that time they had 3 defenders for the Tigers just converge at that one point and able to knock the ball free, incomplete. We will assume he was unable to make a football move, so thus not a fumble, whatever a football move is. Third down and 10 at the 38. Trip receivers to the left. One receiver and Amari Thomas out wide to the right. Wegman with the snap, pressure coming, backpedaling, and throws it into the turf, incomplete. He's trying to initially look for Butler out of the backfield, but decided to just throw it into the turf. So on 4th and 10, that'll bring on the punt unit. So a good start for LSU defensively. They force the punt after a first down for the Cougars. Their drive will stall at their own 38-yard line, and we'll see Liam Daugherty again. First punt earlier in the first half, only 20 yards. He'll try this one. LSU coming after it, but he gets it away, and it drops quickly down around the 18-yard line. It'll be fielded by Thomas, who heads to the far outside boundary, steps out of bounds. Marking him at about the LSU 32 is where the Tigers take over with their first possession here in the second half. Down 21-14. What are you looking for here on this first possession, Jake? This LSU offense in the second half.
Yeah, I just want to see them try to test these defensive backs from Houston. They haven't been tested at all. Everything they've done in the passing game has been really at the line of scrimmage. You hit a couple of middle screens to your receivers there, right? Lull them to sleep a little bit there in the first half. Let's see if they're still paying attention. Let's see if you can use that team speed to get behind them.
3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Van Buren, plenty of time, unloads near side. Got a man wide open. Brown's got it at the 45 and inside the 40. Put down at about the Cougar 38-yard line. Will James made the tackle, but Barryon Brown with his first catch as a wide receiver, 36 yards and a Louisiana Blue first down for your Fighting Tigers.
Yeah, you had to test them there. They haven't been tested all game long, and you've got the team speed. It might not be the 70-yarder, but see if you can hit some of those 35 to 40-yarders.
1st and 10 now at the 36-yard line quickly of the Cougars. 3 down linemen for Houston. Snap back to Van Buren, looking left. Now slides to his left, still looking downfield, still not committed to running. Now he'll tuck and run, step out of bounds after picking up a Louisiana Blue first down at the 25-yard line. They'll say he got into the 23 before stepping out. Picks up 13 yards on the impromptu play by the LSU quarterback. And that'll set up 1st down and 10 at the Cougar 23-yard line. Caden Durham checks in as the running back. They'll stack 2 receivers to the far side. That's Bauer, Sharp, and Xavion Thomas. The handoff goes to Durham. He goes straight ahead, runs into a red wall. And will be stopped at about the 23. So no gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 10. 12-14 remaining third quarter. A 21-14 Houston lead here in the Kinder's Texas Bowl. Tigers looking to win their 3rd Texas Bowl and their 4th appearance. Trades Green, along with Brown and Kyle Parker, sent wide to the left. Xavion Thomas now to the near side, the lone receiver. Now they check 5 wide. Empty backfield for Van Buren. Takes the shotgun snap. Offensive line trying to hold. Van Buren goes to his right, throws on the run, gets it to Kyle Parker, takes a bruising hit, but he's down just shy of the 15-yard line on a pickup of 8 yards. Will James again lowering the boom defensively. James, the sophomore out of Grand Bay, Alabama. Transferred to Houston after a couple of seasons at Southern Miss. But the Tigers looking at 3rd and 2 with the ball at the 15-yard line of the Cougars inside the Capital One red zone. Again, this Cougar defense very stingy on the season, 19th in the country in red zone defense, and the Tigers have had their troubles inside the red zone this season. But a got to opportunity. Pistol formation here on 3rd down and 2. Van Buren going to give it to Johnson. Johnson straight ahead, head down, tries to get to the 10, and he's got the Louisiana Blue first down to the Cougar 11-yard line. 4-yard gain for Johnson, and that'll move the chains.
Yeah, that was much better than the last time they had the same situation. You saw Johnson. There was a couple of hops there, but once he found out, okay, here's the crease. I'm going to commit to the crease. I'm going to put my head down, and I'm going to pick up 2 yards. Ends up getting 4. It's all about a mindset. It's about having a plan, and if the plan doesn't go your way, just find a crease and make it your way.
1st down and 10, just outside the 10, marked at the 11-yard line. Parker in motion right to left. Snap back to Van Buren. Sprint to his left. Throws on the run looking for Parker. Far side. He hauls it in for a couple. Latrell McCutcheon was right there with him defensively on coverage.
Yeah, I'm all about getting Michael Van Buren on the move, but that's a very dangerous pass. That one took a long time to get there, and very easily a DB maybe steps in front of that one. So, look, it's a good change of pace. And, I like getting him on the move. They've done it here this entire drive. It's really probably the best-case scenario for Van Buren and his skill set there. But you don't want to go to that well too many times with that one across the field.
Great job by Parker to pick that one up around the kneecaps. Picks up 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Ball at the Cougar 8 from the far side hash. Van Buren takes the snap, looking to throw. Late pressure comes. Hit as he throws. Parker had it in his hands, but it's broken loose. There's a flag down in the end zone. We'll see what that's all about. Again, Will James there, able to knock the ball
Legal
free.
substitution. 12 in formation on defense. Half the distance to the goal. 2nd down.
Oh, so the Cougars with a costly penalty inside the red zone. 12 men on the field. That's going to mark it half the distance, so the Tigers get a break. The Cougars haven't been penalized much tonight, but that one, a big one, gets LSU closer to the goal line here. Again, the first down can be picked up just outside the Cougar 1. It'll be 2nd down and 3 with the ball placed at the Houston 4 on the far side hash. Out of the touchdown, Fighting Tigers. Flag came out as Trades Green absolutely mauled to the ground. Looked like defensive pass interference on Will James, but let's wait and see.
Pass interference. Defense number 15. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is a touchdown.
Trades Green with his 2nd touchdown reception of the night, matching his performance a year ago in this very game. And the Tigers are a point after away from tying this one up. What a catch with the left hand. Able to just bring it towards the body, bring it and cradle it with the right hand as he was coming down on his back. As it was clear that time, Will James was like, look, I'll take the penalty. I just can't have you score. Didn't work out that way. Here comes Damian Ramos trying to tie this one up. Placement down, kick is up. It's on its way, and we are tied at 21 all.
Oh, man, you're right about that. What an individual effort by Trades Green. And look, when you've got the most athletic, the biggest athlete on the field, throw it up and go make a play. And they certainly did that. The pass interference didn't matter in the end because he had a special individual effort. That's the kind of drive that LSU needed to put together.
That touchdown for Trades Green, again, his 2nd of the night, brought to you by Louisiana Blue. And that point after, good by Ramos to tie it up. Good hands at Allstate will contribute to the Tigers General Scholarship Fund. Thank you, Allstate. We're tied 21-all. We got 9:31 remaining 3rd quarter. We'll step aside for a timeout. Back to NRG Stadium and the Kinders Texas Bowl after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
And here's Heather with the weather.
Well, it's beautiful out there, sunny and 75, almost a little chilly in the shade. Now, let's get a read on the inside of your car. It is hot. You've only been parked a short time and it's already 99 degrees in there. Let's not leave children in the back seat while running errands. It only takes a few minutes for their body temperatures to rise, and that could be fatal.
Cars get hot, fast, and can be deadly. Never leave a child in a car. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Tiger fans, if you've ever wanted to listen to the LSU Radio Network while you watch LSU basketball on TV, then just sync the game. It's easy to do.
Just pause the TV. Use the LSU Sports mobile app to stream the audio on your smartphone or tablet. Connect to a smart speaker, then wait for the audio to catch up to the point your TV is paused. Push play, and you are all set.
Sync the game with the LSU Sports mobile app. Find the app for free for iOS and Google. Download it today.
Every Tiger knows it's not just about where you are, it's about how you play the game. At LSU Online, we bring that same grit and greatness to your education. Whether you're watching from Baton Rouge or beyond, you can earn your degree on your time from anywhere. Flexible, online, built for Tiger Nation. Visit online.lsu.edu and win where you are.
Get ready, Tiger fans. Venture Global is proud to partner with LSU Athletics, powering Louisiana and the world with clean, low-cost, reliable energy and fueling the future of our great state. As we cheer on the Tigers this season, we're also driving innovation, creating jobs, and supporting our local communities. Together, we're building a brighter, more sustainable tomorrow. Venture Global, proud partner of LSU Athletics, powering champions on and off the field. Go Tigers!
Live coverage continues. This is LSU Fighting Tiger Football on the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
Welcome back to NRG Stadium. Trudez Green from Michael Van Buren evens up the game at 21, all 9:31 remaining here in the third quarter. And guys, I will tell you, I had a chance to hear about 30 seconds of Frank Wilson's halftime speech after he had the delayed entry into the locker room. And I'll tell you, maybe the penalty and Houston scoring was the best thing that happened because it woke this LSU team up. They were definitely fired up. Whit Weeks is down here on the sideline yelling and screaming at the defense during that first stop. So let's see if the momentum continues and some of the emotion from the disappointing end of the first half carries on for LSU.
Thank you, Gordy. All sideline reports once again brought to you by Sunshine as Aaron Burrell once again puts a foot into this one, and Mekhi Muse will let it go over his head for a touchback once again. And Houston will start first down and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Your LSU online scoring drive for the Tigers to tie it up. 7 plays, 73 yards, and even 4 minutes off the third quarter clock. Again, LSU online, driven to score, built to win. LSU online, win where you are. First and 10 at the 25 for the Houston Cougars. Michael Van Buren throwing his second touchdown pass of the night, both going to Trudez Green. They each now have 7 touchdowns on the season. 7 throwing for Van Buren, 7 receptions for Trudez Green. Wigman takes the shotgun snap on first and 10. Swing pass to the near side with some room up across the 25. Tripped up at the 30 is Stacy Sneed, the senior out of Arlington. Tripped up. After a pickup of 4, it'll be 2nd and 6 at the 29. Tylen Singleton there able to get down and just force him to kind of fall on his own as he was trying to make a cut, but he'll get credited for the stop. 2nd down and 6 at the 29. Move the ball to the near side hash. 2 receivers right. Pistol formation with a lone receiver to the left side. Wigman rises up momentarily. Now gets set to call for the snap. He's got it. Puts it in the belly. Sneed trying to go downhill to his left. Going to be clobbered and knocked down. Maybe lost 2 yards. C.J. Jackson on the edge, able to get down quickly and make the stop. It'll be 3rd down and 7 back of the 28-yard line. By the way, that point after by Jamian Ramos, we told you coming into the game, already the LSU kicking leader in school history. Well, 3 points so far tonight. He's now tied for 8th in SEC scoring history with a total of 407 points in his career. 3rd down and 7 for the Cougars at the 28-yard line of their own. Stack 2 receivers to the right, 2 wide to the left. Wigman looking to throw. Steps out of the pocket to his right. Throws against his body, looking for his tight end. Makes the grab up at the 36-yard line. It's enough for a first down. Tanner Koziel brings it in. Jordan Gilbert makes the tackle. Koziel now with his 2nd catch of the night.
Yeah,
7 catches for 52 yards.
Yeah, it's just a good play by Houston there. That's great coverage by Gilbert. I mean, he's right there, even has a swipe at the ball, just strong hands by the tight end there. Actually good pressure on the Houston quarterback as well from Keys.
First down and 10 at the 37. Single back to the left this time. It'll be Dean Connors. And this time making the run, finding some room is Connors left side, and he's into positive territory. Deep inside LSU territory. Eventually Pickett brings him down, but inside the 30 to the 28-yard line of the Tigers. A 35-yard run for Connors, the senior. Out of Hawaii, started his career in California, played some time at Rice before making his senior year here for the Houston Cougars. It'll be 1st and 10 now at the LSU 28. Big play on the ground for Coach Willie Fritz and company. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Wigman looking left, looking for Koziel again. He's got the long grab at about the 10, pulled down from behind, but made the catch down to the LSU 5-yard line. DJ Pickett again trying to keep coverage. On the highly heralded tight end, he has been a weapon tonight. Coach Willie Fritz and company.
Yeah,
it's his 8th catch of the evening.
He certainly has been. We highlighted him in the starting lineups. I mean, he has certainly been a go-to guy for this offense, and really this is an offense that's built around the tight end being a star, and they certainly have one here in Houston.
22-yard reception. It'll set up first down goal to go with the LSU 6. LSU defense here trying to stiffen up. Keep it a tie game. Flop it out into the corner, right side. Connors with the catch. Breaks one tackle, but eventually brought down after Tamarcus Cooley stayed with the play. They pick up a couple of yards. It'll be second down goal to go from the 4 as they move the ball now to the far side hash. 21-21 our score. We got an even 6 minutes clock moving here in the third quarter from the Kinder's Texas Bowl.
Yeah, got to see LSU's linebackers get off some blocks here in the run game. Key Singleton kind of getting eaten up by guards, by tight ends, and Houston certainly has found success on the ground. And you got to be a little bit more physical at the point at the linebacker position. Then the safety's got to take better angles to try to stop some of these big plays.
Second down goal to go from the LSU 4. Wigman again motions one receiver right to left to give to Connor straight ahead, and Connor's going to be pulled down just shy of the 2-yard line. Maybe a pickup of 1.5 yards, maybe 2, depending on the spot. But it sets up third down, and we'll say goal to go from the LSU 2-yard line. Substitutions coming in for the Cougars. They exchange wide receivers here. LSU sticking with their defensive alignment here. Wegman huddles up. Looking at a third down goal to go from the 2-yard line. Houston tonight offensively, 292 yards total offense, 122 of that on the ground. On third down goal to go from the 2. Wegman going to work under center. He's got an offset I formation, tight end working flex to the right side. Fake the handoff, bootleg, and a throw into the end zone, making the catch. Backup tight end Treville Frederick Jr. hauls it in right inside the end zone for a 2-yard reception. And Houston back on top quickly, 27-21 with a point after upcoming.
Houston, again, kind of stayed true to form, right? There's not a lot of flash. There's not a lot of trying to put it downfield. It's just running their offense, and obviously you had the big hitter there in the run game. But LSU certainly, they're going to find an answer for some of these tight ends for Houston. It's been who they've gone to, and they needed a big play.
Ethan Sanchez on, trying to add one more. 4:42 remaining here in the third quarter. The Tigers come after it. The kick is up, and it's good. Make it 28-21 Houston now. With 4:42 remaining here in the third quarter. Got a timeout on the field. And remember, SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets. You can be a part of all the action. So whether you're buying or selling tickets, SeatGeek, the official ticket marketplace of the LSU Tigers. Let's go Tigers. SeatGeek. Houston back on top, 28-21. We'll return for third quarter action here in the Kinder's Texas Bowl after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Get ready, Tiger fans. Venture Global is proud to partner with LSU Athletics, powering Louisiana and the world with clean, low-cost, reliable energy and fueling the future of our great state. As we cheer on the Tigers this season, we're also driving innovation, creating jobs, and supporting our local communities. Together, we're building a brighter, more sustainable tomorrow. Venture Global, proud partner of LSU Athletics, powering champions on and off the field. Go Tigers!
In Louisiana, we love our LSU Tigers. When the band strikes up those 4 iconic notes, the fans go wild. At Louisiana Blue, we're Tiger fans too. That's why we've teamed up with LSU Athletics to bring you the compassion of the cross and security of the shield, so you're free to wear your stripes and roar. Live Louisiana. We've got you. Louisiana Blue, Louisiana True.
Proud partner of LSU Athletics.
Equipment Share, proud partner of LSU Athletics. We understand that when you rent construction and industrial equipment, you need reliable machines and dependable service. From dozers and aerial work platforms to pumps, power, and climate control, we've got you covered. All rentals are powered by T3, the easy-to-use fleet management tool that lets you monitor your equipment from your phone or laptop. Visit equipmentshare.com for your rental today. Equipment Share, built by contractors for contractors.
Hi, I'm Nancy Landry. Louisiana's elections are an important part of who we are. In 2026, closed party primaries will change how some of those elections happen, so you'll want to know what to do. Keeping your registration current ensures you'll get the right party-based ballot. Remember, this change only applies to certain offices. To learn more, visit govote.com or download the GoVote app. Know before you go.
Back to the action of LSU Fighting Tiger football on the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
Back in Houston, 28-21, the Cougars of Houston leading LSU with 4:42 remaining. Here in the third quarter, time now to take a look at the performance report presented by BASF. We create chemistry. Of course, first quarter of action, LSU came out on fire. And so far tonight, Trey'Dez Green matching his performance a year ago in the win over Baylor in this very bowl game with 2 receiving touchdowns. So far, Trey'Dez Green made a spectacular catch moments ago to tie the game at 21-all. Made an impressive athletic run on his first touchdown earlier tonight. He's got 3 catches, 38 yards, and that 23-yard touchdown, and again, 2 scores tonight. LSU set to get the ball back, trailing 28-21. Gordy Rush, I don't know if you had the answer or if any of the defensive coaches, but I think Jacob certainly set the proper sentiment. Got to find a way to him in these tight ends for Houston. That seems to be the go-to for Connor Wickman tonight in the passing game.
Yeah, and that's what we expected them to do with the young linebackers. A lot of misdirection, trying to get them moving, and then get some isolation tight ends one-on-one with some of these linebackers. And again, it's LSU's made some plays. It just hasn't been enough.
Well, on that kickoff, Bauer Sharp upset with himself as the kick. Again, they're going to kick it away from Barryon Brown. They kicked the little sky kick, angled near side. Sharp going back like a center fielder, made the catch about a foot inside the playing surface, and then immediately slapped himself in the head, saying that probably is going out of bounds.
Yeah, minus the problem. I think that was going well out of bounds there. And, the kick right before the end of half, that's bouncing around. Barryon Brown trying to say, hey, let that one come, through to me. You had enough pace on it there. So, yeah, it's 2 in a row. Bauer Sharp probably wishes he had back.
So it will be a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line for the Tigers. 4:42 remaining. Juwan Johnson will start this drive at tailback. He'll scamper out of the backfield prior to the shotgun snap. Van Buren stands tall, fires across the middle. It's Kyle Parker. Parker with room, and he levels a defender at about the 42-yard line. Makes his way just shy of the 44. Mark Stampley made the tackle for the Cougars. But a 19-yard pickup and a quick Louisiana Blue first down for your Tigers. Kyle Parker also showing what he can do in space. Making yet another catch across the middle of the field and a great yards after the catch. This time Van Buren looking again for Parker across the middle, but it's batted down at the line, incomplete. Parker with 6 catches, 62 yards. He was going back to that well, but credit the Cougars. They were able to get their hands on it and deflect the pass down into the turf.
Yeah, and you're right about that. They were going right back to him, and they had him there, but nice job by Houston getting their hands up, obviously. Look, Kyle Parker's the guy we hadn't seen a ton from, but when he's had to make a play, be it a 4th down or a big catch and, really the totality of the season, he certainly made it. So it's kind of cool to see him out here getting the bulk of the reps.
Big defensive play made by Carlos Allen there on the deflected pass at the line. This time they'll toss, trying to run to the left, and Juwan Johnson tripped up, brought down immediately. Looks like they'll set up 3rd down and 10 here for this LSU offense with a ball at their very own 44-yard line. Tigers 4 of 7 on 3rd down so far tonight. Walls and Webb helped combining on that stop on Johnson's run attempt. A very important 3rd down here, trying to keep this drive alive, down 28-21 to the Cougars of Houston. Juwan Johnson staying in at running back. The left hip of Michael Van Buren, looking to throw near side. Tough slant, looking for Green. He was all covered up. A little too much on the pass, and it's incomplete. Goes right through the wickets. Latrell McCutcheon was right there as a blanket on Green. Van Buren tried to put that needle right through the eye of the needle, I should say. And again, just a better defensive play, and it sets up 4th and 10, and we'll see Grant Chadwick again for the 2nd time tonight. And a 43-yard punt, his first time out.
That did look like a drive that had some promise there. He hit Parker for the big play, and he tried to come right back to it, and it was there. They make a play, and a little surprised just LSU, Chris, and I know it's been a struggle all year, but they're not getting any movement really at the line of scrimmage to open up anything for the running back so far.
Chadwick takes the snap at the 30, lets it fly from the 34 of his own. Mekhi Muse angling far side and calls for the fair catch and brings it in at the Houston 11 with 3:23 remaining third quarter and a timeout on the field. Houston with the football and a 28-21 lead over your Tigers of LSU. We'll return to NRG Stadium after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Ew, it's a roach.
Fear not. Champ is here. Your weapon is Bengal Roach Spray. Bengal's spray technology is designed to flush out the entire colony, targeting the source of the problem, making sure these pests don't die unseen in your walls, ensuring far-reaching results that prevent infestations from returning. Now that you're all protected, my job here is done.
Bengal, the official pest control of LSU athletics.
Hey, LSU fans, you're invited to Louisiana's largest casino resort, Coushatta. Coushatta Casino Resort has the largest and most spacious gaming floor in the Lake Charles area, with thousands of the newest slots, over 55 table games, live bingo and off-track betting, plus 3 beautiful hotels, delicious Cajun cuisine, and the #1 rated golf course in Louisiana. Coushatta Casino Resort is proud to support LSU. Go Tigers!
ISC Constructors is a national award-winning electrical and instrumentation construction company. In addition, ISC provides full-service, multidiscipline engineering services to global customers. For 35 years, ISC has brought the Baton Rouge culture to its job sites and offices across the nation. And like our Tigers, ISC believes being the best begins with recruiting and developing the best talent. ISC, powered by people.
Game day starts local. Just 2 miles from Tiger Stadium, Oxbow Rum Distillery is the official rum of LSU athletics. Handcrafted from Louisiana sugarcane, grown right across the river. From cane to glass, every bottle is pure Louisiana pride. So, whether you're mixing up cocktails at your tailgate or joining us at the tasting room, make it a win for local flavor. Oxbow Rum Distillery, located downtown Baton Rouge. Go Tigers!
Now, back to Fighting Tiger football on the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
As we continue from NRG Stadium in the 2025 Kinders Texas Bowl, let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification. This is Fighting Tiger football on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hear the Tigers roar worldwide. The LSU Sports Radio Network and the LSU Sports mobile app.
Along with our straw stirring the drink back in the Capital One studio, Mr. Brian Haldane, our entire LSU Sports Radio Network broadcast team getting together one final time here in 2025 from the Kinders Texas Bowl. 3:23 remaining third quarter. It's a 28-21 Houston lead. The Cougars take back possession after forcing the punt. They'll start 1st and 10 from their own 11-yard line. And last time moved down the field quickly, 7 plays, 73 yards, able to find the end zone to take a 7-point lead, 28-21. Wegman again in the shotgun. Start this drive with DJ Butler, the running back. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Design run for Wegman, trying to stretch near side. Now puts a foot in the ground, heads north-south, and going to be tripped up. And they're going to give him to the 15-yard line. Thought he was just shy. 4-yard pickup. Cooley and Zach Weeks. Freshman Weeks brothers out of Oconee County High School there in Oconee, Georgia. Credited on the tackle. It'll be 2nd down and 6 with the ball at the 15-yard line. Under 3 minutes to go, third quarter. Wegman, quick toss coming near side. With it is Sneed, or rather Butler, I should say. And this time LSU blows it up. They'll lose a yard back inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. Great pursuit. Team defense led by Tylen Singleton, helped out with Deshaun Spears, able to clean up the ball carrier. It'll be 3rd down and 7 back at the 14-yard line of the Cougars. This is a big opportunity, Jake.
Yeah,
field position-wise, you get a stop here on this 3rd down. A bingo pest product 3rd down for this LSU defense. They're going to put 5 at the line of scrimmage. 5 for 9 on 3rd down, and the quick jet to the right side, and a blistering hit at the 18-yard line on Stacy Sneed to Marcus Cooley. Cooley lowers the boom, and it will set up 4th and 2 on an excellent stop after a 5-yard gain, but that one going to leave a mark, and that'll bring out the punt unit.
I was almost ready to talk about them picking up the first down. I mean, he had all the momentum in the world until he didn't, until Zero stopped him right there in his tracks. What a play by Tamarcus Cooley. I mean, that now gives you an opportunity, and that certainly looked like it was headed for a first down, and that's just a nice play by a veteran player.
Liam Doherty out to punt it again, takes the snap at the 5. The left-handed punter lets it go from the 9. It's angling far side, and Xavier Thomas will make a grab right on the sideline, but they say he was on the white line, so the Tigers will take back the football after a 52-yard punt. The Tigers will have relatively good field position here. Again, with a chance, first down and 10 at their own 28-yard line, so they'll start near their own 30 with 1:29 to go here in the third quarter. Again, we saw the opening of the third quarter. The Tigers, once they got the early stop, got the football back, saw them try to stretch the field just a little bit with this wide receiver core. They'll have Xavier Thomas and Parker out wide to the left. To the right side, they've got Barryon Brown and Bauer Sharp. Now the tight end going to flex closer to the line of scrimmage. Van Buren out of the shotgun, takes a snap on first down. Little pump fake. Now he's going to air it out near side. And it's overthrown, but that's because Barryon Brown was held way downfield by Will James. That's going to be an easy call for this Big Ten crew.
Pass interference, defense, number 15. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
But, Chris, that kind of goes back. I mean, you go back to a couple drives ago, they complete that pass to Barryon Brown, right? And you haven't used it, so when you do it, the DB starts to panic a little bit because he's kind of been lulled to sleep a bit. He's looking for other things, and so when you try to run past him because you haven't done it all game, you're either going to complete it like you did earlier, or he's going to have to commit the penalty.
First down and 10. That infraction moves it up to the 43-yard line of the Tigers. 2 receivers wide to the right, 1 to the left. Van Buren again unloads, goes up top near sideline, just out of the reach of Barryon Brown. And this time it's ruled incomplete. Will James on coverage. Just a little out of the reach of Brown. Brown initially looked at the official. Now looks like Coach Wilson also lobbying with the field judge, but
he's showing him the Megatron up here, Big Tron, where same thing. He grabbed him again, grabbed his jersey up on the shoulder pad.
Same guy,
point it out.
Yeah, Coach Wilson said, I know you missed it, but hey, look on that big screen. It's right there.
That's right. It's the same guy that called the pass interference on LSU right before the half, too.
Second down and 10 after the incompletion. Empty backfield, Van Buren. Again, looking to throw this time underneath to Parker, but jumping the route and deflecting the pass is going to be Kentrell Webb, and it's incomplete. The former Tulane Green Wave made the way over with Coach Fritz to Houston, and that'll set up third down and 10 at the 43. And unfortunately, Jacob, this is starting to look like the last possession. You had a couple of plays, albeit aided by a defensive PI, but now you've got to convert on 3rd and 10 to keep this thing going as we approach 1:10 just remaining in the third quarter, down 28-21 to Houston here in Texas. Van Buren, single back will be Caden Durham. Van Buren again looking to throw, looking for Green. Green makes the catch at the 35, breaks away, far side, inside the 20. Grabbed by the ankles and pulled down near the Cougar 15-yard line. Jordan Allen made the stop, but Trey'Dez Green, another huge catch, 42 yards, and a Louisiana Blue first down for your Fighting Tigers.
That play was made by Caden Durham. Caden Durham just had the pass protection of his life. He flat-backed the linebacker from Houston. They've been struggling at protection all game long at running back with Juwan Johnson and others. That time, that play was made by Caden Durham.
Longest catch of Green's career, and it sets up the Tigers first down and 10 at the 15. Inside the Capital One red zone, Van Buren sprinting to his left. Van Buren inside the 10, and finally dropped down around the 6-yard line. It'll be second down and a yard for the Tigers. Clock continues to roll, 14 seconds and counting here in the third quarter. Looks like LSU going to be satisfied to switch sides of the field. They got multiple substitutions. We're down to 6 seconds, and that should be the final play of the third quarter. LSU will head to the fourth and final quarter, trailing 28-21. Tigers put their forefingers in the air as they come to the near sideline and huddle up, looking at second down and 1 at the Cougars 6-yard line, trailing Houston 28-21. Fourth and final quarter coming your way next here on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hey, college football fans. I know you'd do anything for a win on game day.
And an ice cold Bud Light.
Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot
Or parked on the couch.
sitting on your lucky stool at the bar,
Or standing in the fan section all game long.
the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win
into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that.
Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy.
Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
When you shop Albertsons online or in our app, you can count on us to have freshly picked, high-quality ingredients ready for pickup or delivery in as little as 30 minutes. Plus, save $30 off your first online order and let Albertsons take the hassle out of shopping while racking up the savings. With free pickup or delivery, you will always get the same great prices, deals, and rewards as in-store. Shop online at Albertsons.com or in the app. Albertsons, fresh foods, local flavors.
Wow, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Kevin Falk, LSU Hall of Famer. My years at LSU were amazing. I've always loved celebrating with my teammates, especially when someone was serving up some delicious Manda sauce. For a lot of Tiger fans, it's just not game day without Manda in the mix. Serving top quality sausage and original season is Manda's strong side. But it's Manda's flavor that's always got me running back for more. You get it, running back for more. After 75 years, the flavor still says it all. Manda Fine Meats, the official smoke sauce of LSU Athletics.
Fourth quarter coverage of LSU Fighting Tiger football, presented by J&J Exterminating on the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
15 minutes to decide this annual Kinder's Texas Bowl here in Houston inside NRG Stadium. Fourth quarter action coming your way. The Tigers looking at 2nd and 1. The ball placed at the Cougars 6-yard line. They trail Houston 28-21. And Gordy Rush, a Sunshine Sideline report during the timeout. Jacob Hester and I up here in the booth talking about what we feel is the worst rule in college football. And it really looked like Michael Van Buren was able to reach the 4-yard line. Yes. And again, it's all about safety. They want quarterbacks to slide, and then they have the rule that starts at the slide, which put it back at the 6. And I know we're talking about 2 yards, but we all know football's a game of inches. And now instead of second down or first and goal from the 4, you're looking at 2nd and 1 at the 6. But the Tigers got to find a way to convert.
You guys are absolutely right. A lot of inconsistency, and on those calls throughout college football all season long. And this day and age, with more and more mobile, dual threat quarterbacks that are going to run, they got to do something to clean that up.
So the Tigers with an opportunity, knocking on the door here. Got to find a way to finish this one in the end zone. Ball placed as they switch sides of the field. The Tigers now will attack right to left as we look down on the playing surface. Ball just outside the Cougars 6-yard line. Johnson stays in at the running back. Van Buren in the shotgun, 2 wide to the right. Here's the snap. Van Buren sprinting to his right, looking, got a man wide open back of the end zone. Nobody on Kyle Parker. Nobody within 20 yards of Kyle Parker. Touchdown, Fighting Tigers. And the LSU Tigers are a point after away from tying it up once again. 28-27 our score. Damian Ramos on to try to add one more.
Yeah, LSU's had their most success when they've got Michael Van Buren on the move, be it right or left. It hasn't really mattered. You like the play design there because I think all of us thought, okay, it's 2nd down and 1. You're going to try at least one run before maybe you go to the air. Houston thought the same thing. Kyle Parker, who's having a heck of a game. I mean, career high, 7 catches already here in this contest. Easy pitch and catch.
Certainly deserved to get a score tonight with his performance just far. 28-27. Damian Ramos trying to tie it up once again. Placement down, kick is up, and the kick is indeed good. We're tied, 28 all. We got 14:54 remaining in this one. Gordy, you had a great look at that. I tell you what, Jacob was right. Houston Not ready for that play, really concentrating on Michael Van Buren. It looked like they had 11 at the line of scrimmage, and Parker just by his lonesome.
And, it makes it hard for the linebackers and defensive backs. They had the same view I did, and you can't see Michael Van Buren behind that massive LSU offensive line. So you really don't see him pull up and throw the football. So a good call right there by Alex Atkins.
5 plays, 72 yards, a minute 35 for your Tigers. Your LSU Online scoring drive, driven to score, built to win. LSU Online, win where you are. So Aaron Burrell set to kick it back to the Cougars here with 14:54 to go in this one. Mekhi Muse back deep for the Cougars. Again, Burrell is not allowed to return. Everything's been midway or back of the end zone so far. Here's another approach in the Bossier City Bomber, and this time going to take a bounce at the 10, going to be fielded by Muse right around the goal line near side. He's up across the 15, breaks one tackle, and across the 20 to about the 21. And that's where the Cougars will start on offense. Fans, TJ Ribs, official barbecue restaurant of LSU Athletics. Home to our head coaches shows all season long. Start the Matt McMahon show coming up on January 5th. Kim Mulkey's show will begin. Patrick Wright will handle that each and every week right there at TJ Ribs, 2324 South Acadian Thruway in the capital city. 1st and 10 at the 21 for the Houston Cougars with 14:48 to play. Wegman quickly back out there. Motions a receiver left to right. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Wegman throws, got a man wide open, catch made at the 28-yard line. Tried to make a move, probably should have just went straight ahead, but Amari Thomas doesn't get much after the 8-yard reception. But Cooley there to bring him down, but it does set up 2nd down and 2 quickly for the Cougars at their own 29.
So it looks like on 1st and 2nd downs, the Tigers have made a change. Keys out at linebacker. Zach Weeks has been in on 1st and 2nd down. Keys comes back on the field on 3rd down.
Single back in Connors for the Cougars, and he's going to get the carry. Try to find some room between left tackle. He's going to pick up the 1st down on a pickup of about 3. It'll be 1st and 10 now at the 33-yard line. Say 4-yard pickup on the ground. Connors now with 9 carries, 60 yards, averaging just under 7 yards a carry. And we have seen a plethora of running backs for this Cougar squad. 1st and 10 now at the 33. Motion the backup tight end. He'll flex to the left of the formation. Wegman, quick screen. Amari Thomas with the catch. Grab from behind. Going to have a horse collar after he's brought down at about the 32. Amari Thomas with the catch, but DJ Pickett just placed his hands in the wrong location. Thomas able to get a step on him, and then he reached up, caught him on the nameplate.
Personal foul, illegal horse collar tackle, defense number 3. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic 1st down.
A little cleaner in the penalty department so far in the 2nd half, but a huge, costly one there for LSU. And had 15 yards after that quick and short reception by Amari Thomas. It's going to move the Cougars closer to midfield. They'll place it at the Houston 48-yard line.
Yeah, it started off on the shoulder pad and just slipped right there. I mean, it's the right call. And, man, you were in a good spot, going to get him behind the sticks there. Now Houston's in business.
Working from the far side hash, they got 3 receivers, short side of the field, pistol formation, late pitch coming to Connors, near side. LSU is there. Can they make the stop? Connors falls into positive territory. They'll mark him down at the LSU 47. Marcus Cooley got over there to make the stop after a 5-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 5, ball at the LSU 47. 13-10, clock moving, 4th quarter, a tie game, 28-all.
That was a nice recovery there by Cooley. I don't think they had anybody for the pitch man. They went to the short side. Houston checked to it there, and he closed a lot of ground. I thought he was going to hit the edge and have a 10 to 15-yard play there.
Now on the near side hash, 3 receivers to the far side. Again, they'll hand it off to receiver in motion. He'll try to come near side. And again, LSU stays at home, makes a quick tackle on Austin Carlisle, who's a backup quarterback, by the way, but also will play as receiver for this Cougar squad. And that's going to set up 3rd down and 5 with the ball at the LSU 47 on no gain on that play. Great pursuit again out on the edge, led by Tylen Singleton, but he had a team of Tigers with him. 3rd and 5 at the 47. Cougars 5 for 10 on 3rd down conversions. Another big bingo pest product 3rd down for the LSU defense. Tie game 28-all, 12:15 to go. Two backs to each side of Wegman. Now they'll motion it back to a lineup in the slot to the right. Wegman looking to throw. Quick hitter gets it to Thomas. He breaks a tackle at the 35 and inside the LSU 30 on the near side hash to the 28-yard line. A 19-yard pickup and a first down for the Cougars. DeMarcus Cooley makes the stop for LSU.
Yeah, that's too easy right there for Houston. LSU was still communicating what they were in when the ball was snapped there. Jackson got a late start, and it was his man who caught the football.
Cougars line up quickly. Two receivers left. Wegman drops back 3 steps, scans the field, brings the ball on the throw near side, and it's incomplete. Out of the diving reach at the sideline by Kobe Young, but just led him too far. Jakeem Jackson was there in coverage. And Wegman put it up where only his man could make the play, but it was out of the reach, and it sets up 2nd down and 10 now at the LSU 28-yard line with 11 minutes, 34 seconds remaining.
Interesting. Corey Raymond pulled Pickett off the field after that horse collar to talk to him. Jackson played a couple plays. Pickett back in at corner.
Wegman in the shotgun. 2 receivers left. Going to give it off to Connors. Connors straight ahead. Makes his way inside the 25 down to the 23-yard line. Picks up 5 before Patrick Payton slows him up. It'll be 3rd and 4 at the 22. And you're starting to see a little rhythm in this run game, Jacob, as you pointed out, for the Cougars. Saw it early in the first quarter. They kind of relied on Wegman on the scrambles running the ball as well as throwing to his tight ends. But they've got back to the run game, especially on this drive. 3rd down and 4 at the 22. Shotgun snap back to Connors. Straight ahead like a bullet and inside the 20. Down to the 17-yard line and up for a first down. Devon Keys credited on the stop. But once again, the Cougars inside the red zone here. 1st and 10 at the LSU 17.
Yeah, Keys has just got to engage quicker there. He's the lone linebacker, and he's just sitting there. He's kind of watching and waiting and hopping. He's got to go engage right now. It's a downhill run play.
Connors will empty out of the backfield. A bunch 4 receivers to the left, 1 receiver to the right. Quick screen set up for Thomas. A couple of lead blockers. Now tries to bounce it outside. Steps into the boundary inside the 10. They'll say he's out of bounds at the 7. Right at the first down sticks. So it's a first down for the Cougars. Mari Thomas, again, has had a well of a game. It's been Kozel, the leading target, but Thomas now catching up with him. 7 catches, 66 yards. Does have 2 touchdowns for the Cougars tonight. And it's first down, goal to goal. They mark it down at the LSU 7-yard line. 9:53, clock moving, tie game, 28 all. Motion, orbit motion. Thomas behind the quarterback. They'll set up on a swing screen near side. LSU was there, and they wrestle him to the ground. Big loss on the play back near the 15-yard line. Looks like they'll officially say a loss of 6 to the 13 of the Tigers. Mari Thomas on the catch, and a great tackle by DJ Pickett. Got his hands on him, and Jacob wouldn't let go.
I mean, DJ Pickett, obviously, look, he's had, one of his rougher games, certainly been a star his freshman year. He gets pulled off the field, talked to by Corey Raymond, as Gordy mentioned, back on the field. It's good to see him make that play there.
Bunch 3 receivers to the left. Now they'll motion the running back Butler out wide to the right. Wegman, design run, downhill to his right, cuts back left, grabbed and falls forward. Back to the just shy of the 7-yard line. Great stop by Keys that time. Forced him back to his left and was able to trip him up. Gain of 5 yards. It'll be 3rd down, goal to goal. They mark it right at the LSU 8. 8:47, clock moving. Connors lines up as the running back to the right side of Connor Wegman. 3 receivers left, 1 short side of the field to the right. 4 Tigers at the line of scrimmage. They got 6 in the tackle box. Wegman throws, quick out, far side, and again, LSU right on him, bring him down virtually, maybe a yard forward progress to the 7 on the catch by Frederick, the tight end. But again, the Tigers doing a great job here on their own territory, Jacob, of really running the sidelines left and right.
Yeah, you got the backup tight end there on that catch, and he's been in, so I'm not sure exactly if we have an injury or something right there, because obviously you've had a lot of success at the position, but interesting play call there, trying to get the tight end in space to try to make a move to get into the end zone, and the backup tight end at that.
So on 4th down, goal to go from the 7. They're going to try a 25-yard field goal. The placement is down, kick is up, plenty of leg, and it is good. So Ethan Sanchez puts the Cougars back on top. It's now 31-28 with 7:42 to play, but a small victory there for LSU's defense after they got deep inside the red zone. In fact, as close as 7 yards from a touchdown, but they force the 25-yard field goal. 13 plays, 72 yards. Cougars take 7 minutes and 6 seconds off the fourth quarter clock. We got 7:42 remaining and a timeout on the field. Your Tigers get the football when we return. Down 31-28 in the Cougars Texas Bowl here on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
In Baton Rouge, locals don't just love their home. They love sharing it. Discover a city where culture is abundant. Hospitality comes natural, and the best spots are never kept secrets. With the vibrancy of a big city and the ease of a weekend getaway, Baton Rouge invites you to slow down, savor, or soak it all in. Find your pace at visitbatonrouge.com.
In the SEC, it just means more. But what is it exactly? It's the fans, the students, the traditions, the legends. It's passion to celebrate deeper, reach farther, think smarter, make an impact off the field. It's that intangible thing that happens when 16 schools raise the bar as one. Because in the SEC, it just means more.
Half of the world's population depends on rice for 80% of their daily food needs. By 2050, population growth could increase rice demand by 30%. But as climate changes, rice output is decreasing. At LSU, we're using genetics, genomics, and AI to create new rice that yields more with less resources. We're not just feeding the hungry, we're growing a better future.
Back to fourth quarter action of Fighting Tiger football. Presented by J&J Exterminating on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Powered by People's Health.
7:42 remains, fourth quarter. Houston with a 31-28 lead after a 25-yard field goal by Ethan Sanchez moments ago. It's the Cougars back on top. LSU set to get the football back. Fans, J&J Exterminating, Louisiana-owned, customer-focused, and results-driven for over 65 years. Call the local pros and get the shield. J&J Exterminating, yeah. LSU so far here in the second half been able to put together a couple of positive drives. Tied the game 28-all, down 21-14 at the break. Couple of scoring drives for the Tigers. Trades Green, his second touchdown of the night. Then Kyle Parker, a few moments ago in the fourth quarter, or late third quarter, able to haul in his first touchdown catch of the night. Back deep will be Barryon Brown. Again, he got 2 kickoffs to start the game, and that's been it. They have short kicked and sky kicked since this. The time they'll squib it down the field. Inside the 20, and this time will make its way out of bounds inside the 15. So that time they got on the same page with special teams. Barryon Brown coming up and wisely let it sail out of bounds into the near sideline. So the Tigers will have good field position to start this drive. Down 3 points, 31-28. With the 7:42 remaining in the game, it'll be 1st and 10 at the 35 for your Tigers.
Yeah, it's what a dangerous returner can do. Not only when he catches the ball, but you're trying everything you can do not to kick it to him there. And it's not, it's not a situation you work on a ton in-game situation, certainly with the new rules. But nice job, LSU, figuring out what they were trying to do. And now you start on the 35, like you said, and it's great field position for this LSU offense.
Glad to have you with us on this late Saturday night from Houston, Texas. Those on the East Coast, those Tiger fans already into Sunday morning. Michael Van Buren on first down. Pump fake. Now sprinting to his right. Throws deep down the field. Trying to make the catch as Thomas over his shoulder, but just out of his reach and incomplete down inside the 30 of the Cougars. It'll set up 2nd down and 10 with the ball at the LSU 35. Well, we talked about it, Jacob, maybe trying to go on a few more deep shots. And we've seen more of that here in the second half. That one just off the mark.
Yeah, you've had them. your receivers are beating them deep. That's for sure. And some of it is by scheme because of what Houston's trying to stop, and some of it's because, well, your guys are faster than their defensive backs there. So I like it. Could you have made some running the football? Yeah, sure. But take a shot there. You almost connect. I like to see him come back to that.
2nd down and 10. Van Buren, long throw to the far side. Going to be grabbed by Hilton. Gets his way to the 40-yard line before being stopped there. Will James makes the tackle. Mark Stampley tried to jump the route just a little too late. Great concentration by Hilton to follow it in. 7-yard gain will be 3rd and 3. So the great grab by Hilton gives the Tigers a chance here. 3rd and short with the ball at their own 42-yard line. Tigers tonight, 5 of 9 on 3rd downs. Empty backfield for Van Buren. 2 receivers to the right, 3 to the left side. Snap is back. Van Buren. Time in the pocket. Slings it, but overthrown to Thomas at the Cougar 45. And that'll set up 4th and 3. They were looking for Xavion. Had a little separation once again, but I think just the one defender in the vicinity may have forced the high throw by Van Buren.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, that's got to be a little bit better of a ball. Obviously, you're trying to keep it away from James, the defender there, but you got to give your receiver at least an opportunity to go make a play there.
So the Tigers going to be forced to give the ball back here as Grant Chadwick appearing to line up for the punt. Take the snap. He'll let it go. Tiger 30. Back deep, calling for the fair catch. Makai Muse will bring it in after a 40-yard punt. And the Cougars will take back possession. And they'll start at their own 19 with 6:50 remaining. Here in tonight's ball game, the Cougars lead by 3, 31-28. The defense going to be called upon once again. Looks like we have a timeout on the field, although we don't see the clock operator out there. Something go down with the timeout clock, but looks like we got a full timeout. We'll take one with them. 6:50 remaining in the game. Tigers trail 31-28. Cougars have the ball when we come back to the Kinder's Texas Bowl on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Some drinks come in a bottle, some in a can. Only one comes in a ball and brings the buzz. We're Buzz Balls, the ready-to-go cocktail that's shaped like a ball. Coincidence? We think not. Big flavor, big buzz, ready to go. Buzz Balls. It's a ball. It's a drink. It's a whole vibe. Please drink responsibly. Buzz Balls. Available in spirit, wine, and malt. 50% alcohol per volume. Buzz Balls LLC, Charleston, Texas.
Introducing the December scratch-offs from the lottery. Show your parish pride with Parish Payout. Win up to $15,000. Uncover the right words and play green and gold crossword. Win up to $50,000. Let the good times triple. Play Flirt of Threes. Top prize $133,333. Play Cash 50, $100, and $500 scratch-offs with over $12.5 million in cash prizes. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
Score big with MMR. Join the team at the largest privately owned open shop electrical and instrumentation contractor in the nation, headquartered right here in Baton Rouge. MMR is committed to positioning each team member for success. Whether you're a student seeking an internship, just starting your career, or already a seasoned professional, MMR offers a variety of positions just for you. Get in the game at MMR, where your future is bright. Kick off your career at mmrgrp.com/careers. MMR, a proud partner of LSU Athletics.
Fourth quarter coverage of LSU Fighting Tiger football, presented by J&J Exterminating on the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
Tiger fans, work days work better with Cintas by your side. Keep your team protected, prepared, and looking great. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday. 31-28 our score. Houston with a 3-point lead. 25-yard field goal here in the fourth quarter. The difference between these two teams, there's 6:50 remaining. As the Cougars take back possession, LSU's drive stalls. They force yet another punt. Again, we've seen the Cougars rely on Connor Wegman in the first half running the football. So far on the ground, Houston quarterback 12 carries, 76 yards, averaging right at 6 yards per carry. Or I should say, Connor Wegman, 11 carries, 51 yards for 5 yards per carry. It's been Dean Connors here in the second half kind of taking over. He's got 12 carries, 76 yards for that 6.3 per carry average. And again, I got to believe, knowing Coach Willie Fritz here, still wants to get a little insurance up 3 with 6:50 to play, but also wants to see that clock move. First down and 10. Ball starts, and this drive starts at the 19 of the Cougars. Wegman out of the shotgun. Puts it in the belly of Connors, coming near side. He's got room up across the 30. Gets through a couple of defenders at the 35 and makes his way up to the 45-yard line before being bounced into the sideline by Carpenter and Pickett. 26-yard gain, and just add another heap of yards. 102 yards rushing now for Dean Connors. It's 1st and 10 now at the Cougar 45-yard line. He'll stay out there running back, 2 receivers to the left as they scrimmage from the near side hash. Now he's going to lead block for Connor Wegman, and Wegman trying to get to midfield, going to be shut down at the 48. Maybe his knee came down at the 48. Let's see where they mark it. Looks like the 49-yard line is where it'll be. It'll pick up a little more than 4. Let's say a short 5, or rather a short 6, maybe a long 5, depending on that spot. They're just shy of midfield, ball between the 49 and the midfield stripe. 3 receivers to the left. Now they make it 2nd down and 6. Connor stays as the running back as they again scrimmage from the near side hash. They've got 3 receivers wide side of the field. Tigers with 4 at the line of scrimmage. They got 2 in the tackle box. Wegman taking his time, now calls for the shotgun snap. The give to Connors. Connors grabbed around the thigh and brought down, but he's into positive territory to about the 46 of the Tigers. Looks to be just short by a yard in the line to gain for a 1st down. DJ Pickett made the stop. It'll be 3rd and 1 at the LSU 46 as we've got under 5:15 remaining in this game. Gordy Rush, you wonder, Blake Baker by design loves to be aggressive here. You got a 3-point deficit. Cougars are driving. Let's see how they try to defend this here against the run. Cougars starting to find a lot of success in that department. This time again, Wegman going to keep, and he's going to be hit behind the line. He's short of the 1st down marker. Devon Keys coming up, laying a blistering hit on the Houston QB, and it'll be 4th and a yard at the 46. I guess that helps, Gordy, if you make a stop like that.
What a spot for Willie. I imagine he's going to let the clock run down. I can't imagine he's going to run a play here. Well, maybe I'm wrong, but the way that his defense has been playing, let's see.
Now they line it up. Plenty of time on the play clock. Wegman in the shotgun on 4th and a yard. Snap back. He's looking to throw. Across the middle, he got his tight end. Catch made at the 45. They say he got to the 44, and it's a 1st down for the Houston Cougars. They go right back to old reliable Tanner Koziel, the tight end, the senior out of Bloomingdale, Illinois. As Koziel now slow to get up, but they say he reached the line to gain at the 44-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 44. Woodland and Spears got a pretty bruising hit on the tight end, and again, he is slow to get up. He's on one knee down at the 46 of the Tigers as the trainer's out to take a look at him. The clock stopped for 4 minutes and 8 seconds. Fans, once again, show your parish pride by scratching your way to big winnings by playing Parish Payout from the lottery. You could win up to $15,000. Your parish, your payout. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
Yeah, Houston got away with a big-time pick right there. And number 18, Kobe Young, didn't really try to hide it. From the initial snap, I mean, he is basically blocking the defensive back. I mean, you can see on the replay if you're watching at home. I mean, there was no attempt to run a route. It was, I'm going to block the entire way for the tight end to come across the formation there. Houston very lucky they didn't make that call because, again, oftentimes that gets called even if you're trying to make it look like a route. Young did not do that in the slightest. I mean, he was blocking from the get-go there.
So it'll be 1st down and 10 as Koziel helped up to the far sideline after being shaken up after picking up the 1st down. 4:08 remains. Both teams still with 3 timeouts. It's a Houston 31-28 lead. Dean Connors again, staying as the featured back. Out of the shotgun is Wegman here. There's the snap, give to Connors, waiting for a hole to emerge. It's not there, and it'll be dropped down. It appears for a loss back at the 45, a loss of a yard. Keys and Singleton there immediately to make the stop as we roll under 3 minutes and 45 seconds. It'll be second down and 10 at the 44. Again, clock management going to be key here for LSU. Again, plenty of time here. Just got to get a stop, get the football back. But the drive needs to stall quick time here if you're LSU's defense. 15 on the play clock. Wigman lines them up. Second down and 10 at the 44. Twin backs to each side. Out of the shotgun. Here's the snap. Fakes the handoff. Wigman throwing on the wheel route. Catch over the shoulder is made inside the 25-yard line to Stacy Snead. Huge first down for the Cougars. 24-yard pickup. First and 10 now at the LSU 20. The Cougars back to the red zone.
Yeah, Houston's been picking on LSU's linebackers in space basically all game long, be it with a motion, be it hitting the running back on a flat, something quick there. And then you saw another case there, just running the rail route down the sideline there. It's one-on-one with a linebacker. And, unfortunately for LSU, the running back has been the more athletic guy and made those plays today.
Tigers started this game leading 14-0, quickly tied 14-all, and now Houston on top 31-28. Now a timeout taken by the Cougars right at the snap. They'll burn their first timeout here in the second half. Timeout is always brought to you by Coshada. Escape to the largest casino resort in Louisiana. Coshada Casino Resort, Louisiana's best bet. So with 2:28 remaining, first and 10 for the Cougars at the LSU 20-yard line. We got a timeout on the field. We'll take one with them, return to NRG Stadium. 31-28, Houston with a lead over LSU late in the fourth quarter. Back after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hey, Tiger fans. Need funds to help with your financial situation? Republic Finance is a proud partner of LSU Athletics and has served the SEC area since 1952. Check out our loan options to see how we may help you. Visit a local branch or get pre-qualified online at republicfinance.com/tigers.
Not all consumers are eligible to apply online. Secured loans are available exclusively in branch and have collateral and insurance requirements. Standard loan terms, rates, and fees apply based on your state. All loans are subject to approval pursuant to standard underwriting criteria. Not all consumers will qualify. For more information, call 833-907-137.
Elevate your game day spirit with Sugarfield Spirits, the official vodka of LSU Athletics. When crafting the perfect mixed drink, our vodka is the winning choice that'll have your taste buds cheering for more. Sugarfield Spirits, where the spirit of the Tigers meets exceptional locally made vodka. See our winning lineup at sugarfieldspirits.com or visit us at our tasting room in Gonzales.
Trust isn't given. It's earned by showing up, leading the way, and performing at your best when it matters most. Our Lady of the Lake sports medicine experts know what it takes to improve performance and build champions at every level. That's why LSU chose Our Lady of the Lake as its championship health partner, trusting Louisiana's best medical team to care for our state's best athletes. From championship athletes to everyday champions, trusted care starts here. Visit OLOLRMC.com/LSU.
Fourth and final quarter of LSU Fighting Tiger football. Presented by J&J Exterminating on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Powered by People's Health.
Fans, a reminder, you can help shape the future of medicine with Velocity Clinical Research. Participants can receive compensation, access new potential medicines, and get free study-related exams. Find a study near you at velocitytrials.com. 31-28. Houston with a 3-point lead. 2.5 remaining here in the fourth quarter in the Kinder's Texas Bowl. And Gordy Rush, we were all discussing during the break. Again, you've got 30 seconds to reach the 2-minute timeout. LSU, though, with 3 timeouts remaining, and now with 2.5 to go, you kind of start having to preserve that clock here until you can get the football back and hopefully keep it a 3-point game.
Yeah, LSU's got to hold them right here and hold them to a field goal with a chance to get the ball back and score a touchdown. Slade Nagel, offense coordinator for Houston, he wants to get a first down and run the clock out here, or obviously score a touchdown, but he's going to try to burn this thing and keep Houston with possession and end the game.
First down and 10 at the LSU 20 on the far side hash. Wigman out of the shotgun. Again, Connor's been the featured back on this drive. He's going to get the carry off the left side. He breaks the tackle. He's to the 10. He's into the end zone. 20-yard score for Dean Connors. 6th rushing touchdown of the season. Connors been the go-to back here in the second half. gets his first touchdown of the night after an 8-play, 81-yard drive that took up 4 minutes and 27 seconds. 9-point lead now for the Cougars. Chance to make it an even 10-point lead here with just 2:23 remaining. Ethan Sanchez on for the point after. And the kick is up, and the kick is good. 38-28 with 2:23 remaining. Things get awfully tough now for the Tigers here in Houston with 2:23 remaining.
Yeah, that's one of those ones. I mean, you got to get off the blocks. We've said it all game long. At the second level, LSU's really struggled at that position right there in the middle of the defense, getting off blocks. And that's a good running back on the other side. We highlighted him in, the starters here for the game. And Connor's been somebody who's played a lot of college football. He's been really good this entire season. And, you got to find a way in those downs. You got 3 timeouts. You got the 2-minute warning, Chris. You've got time to be able to stop them, hold them to a field goal that a touchdown would have won the game for you. So that's unfortunate there for the LSU defense in that situation. You got to find a way.
2:23 remaining. Again, we'll have the 2-minute timeout coming up. LSU again with all 3 timeouts remaining. Zach Yoakum returns the football again. Another short kick up the middle. Going to be handled by an up, back, and down. LSU will have great field position here, which will help. But with 2 minutes and 22 seconds, they've got to make haste. Offensively down 10 now, 38-28. Largest lead of the game for either, should say for Houston tonight. LSU did lead early by 14 in that first quarter of action. So far tonight, University of Houston, 440 yards total offense. They've gone to the ground game here in the second half. They got 204 rushing yards on the night. Caden Durham will start as the featured back here. 1st and 10. Tigers start from their own 37-yard line. 3 receivers right, Sharp, Parker, and Brown to the right side. Xavier Thomas, lone receiver to the left. Look like they're coming after it. Here's the screen set to Brown, far side. He's going to come back, center of the field, then turn it upfield. We got a late flag flying in as he's brought down at the 37-yard line. Just got back to the line of scrimmage. Looked like Rook Brown and Jalen Garner credited on the stop for the Cougars. That'll stop the clock with 2:15, and we'll see what the penalty is all about. Looks like it's going against the Tigers.
Illegal block in the back. Offense, number 71. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Yeah, you always run the risk of that. I know Barryon Brown trying to make a play. He realizes there's under 2.5 to go, and he cut back to the near side. And unfortunately, the Tigers unable to avoid the block in the back. So that'll back him up. 1st and 20 now at the 27-yard line with 2:14 remaining. Again, another 2-minute timeout coming in 14 seconds. But they got to gain some ground here after backpedaling on the penalty. Van Buren looking to throw. Spins the peel downfield, caught by Hilton inside the 35 of the Cougars. Brought down from behind inside the 30. They're going to mark it down at the 27-yard line. A 46-yard reception, a Louisiana Blue first down. It'll be 1st and 10 at the Cougar 27 as we reach the 2-minute timeout. Yeah, so they get another big hitter in the pass play. Hilton makes the catch.
Yeah, that's what you do in that situation. Throwing the receiver screen at the line of scrimmage when you're down 2 scores with a little bit over 2 minutes left, that's not going to do you a lot of favors, and it's going to put you, like you said, Chris, in a bad position if you're an offensive lineman probably trying to do too much, receiver trying to cut back across the field. Hey, again, your guys are faster. It's shown all game long. Give them an opportunity.
Timeout on the field for the 2-minute timeout. It's 38-28, 10-point lead for Houston, LSU. Got to make haste. 1st and 10 at the Cougar 27 when we return on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Toyota-thon, Toyota-thon, Toyota-thon is on. Oh, what fun it is to drive a new Toyota today. Hey, Jan from Toyota here, reminding you Toyota-thon is on. Make your holiday wishes come true with a new Camry, RAV4, Tacoma, and more. All right, let's sing it together this time. Toyota-thon, Toyota-thon, Toyota-thon is
Dealer
on.
inventory may vary. Toyota-thon ends January 5th. See your participating dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
Champions make plays on the field and in life. With LSU Online, you can keep your career moving, earn your degree, and still run your own game plan. Learn anytime from anywhere and take the next step toward your goal line. It's time to make your move, Tiger fans. Visit online.lsu.edu. LSU Online. Win where you are. Hey, Tiger fans, 12 and younger, don't miss your chance to be a part of Mike's Kids Club. Presented by Shell, the exclusive kids club of LSU Athletics. Join Mike's Kids Club for only $25. Get the official Mike's Kids Club t-shirt, free admission to select LSU athletic events, and much, much more. To learn about upcoming events and to join, please visit lsumkc.com. The Mike's Kids Club, presented by Shell.
Back to fourth quarter action of Fighting Tiger football. Presented by J&J Exterminating on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Powered by People's Health.
And even 2 minutes remaining here in the Kinder's Texas Bowl 2025. The Houston Cougars from just down the road lead over your Tigers of LSU 38-28. Chris Hilton able to make a spectacular catch, his second catch of the night. He's got 53 yards. Sets up LSU 1st and 10 at the Cougar 27-yard line here. In a perfect world, you're able to strike quickly. Again, LSU able to hold on to all 3 timeouts in their hip pocket. But you got to find the end zone quick. Try to cut the lead to 3. Maybe find some turnover magic and maybe have a chance in the waning moments. But it all starts here. 1st and 10 at the 27 of Houston. Van Buren in the shotgun. Durham on a wing to his right. Stack Thomas and Green wideouts to the left. 2 receivers right. Van Buren steps up in the pocket. Decides to throw. Left corner of the end zone. But overthrows Thomas out of the back. Incomplete. Latrell McCutcheon on coverage. It'll be 2nd down at 10. Stops the clock with 1:52 to go in the game. Fans MMR, largest privately owned open shop electrical and instrumentation contractor in the nation and a proud partner of LSU Athletics. Tigers trying to find a miraculous way to pick up their 8th win of the season, finish the 2025 campaign with a win and a bowl victory. But it's going to be awfully tough here. Got to find a way on 2nd down and 10 from the 27. Van Buren again in the pocket, now trying to release and step up, and he's going to be caught and thrown back. They're going to reach the 30-yard line. He'll lose 3. As Carlos Allen with his second big defensive play. Had a deflection earlier in the first half. Comes up with a huge sack here. And it'll be 3rd and 13 with the ball back at the Cougar 30.
See, I'm not sure I would have taken my time out there. I know you had a sack there, but you take a couple more shots at the end zone, you're in your kicker's range as well. So get back on the ball as quick as you can, run another play, because now – in this situation, I mean, you're going to have an onside kick situation. But if you save that time out there, get on the ball. Let's say you snap it at a minute 32 seconds, Chris, you still have an opportunity with all 3 timeouts. And so now it's going to take a little bit more for LSU to pull off this comeback.
Yeah, Crafton Blair, our spotter, mentioned it a moment ago before that first down play. Said any thought to trying for the field goal if you can't score on the first down. Now again, 3rd and 13. Touchdown would be great, but you do have to work a little strategy here with 1:46, and the Tigers burn their first time out, brought to you by Coshada Casino. 3rd and 13 with the ball at the Cougar 30. Van Buren flushed out of the pocket to his right, looking downfield, throws on the run, and the catch is made by Thomas at the 15. Somehow Van Buren able to needle it through 2 defenders hanging on Thomas, but he hauls it in for a 15-yard gain. It'll be 1st down and 10 now at the 15. Van Buren quickly takes the snap, looking towards the end zone. Diving, making the grab at the 1 into the end zone is Hilton. It's a touchdown, LSU. We had one official saying down at the 1. We had the far side official with a touchdown signal. Now they're going to get together and talk it over at the goal line here. We'll have to see who wins out. Looked like maybe he was down before crossing or breaking the plane. It was awfully close. Watching a replay here. Oh, we need to slow that up to see if his knee came down before he broke the plane.
The ruling on the field is a touchdown.
Look, I think
that play is under further review.
He broke the plane.
Yeah, it looked like it did too, Gordy. I agree with you.
I think it's a touchdown.
So they'll take a look. We go under review once again, brought to you by Acme Oyster House. And I'm with you guys. I mean, bang, bang in real time. It looked like there was a chance maybe he was down. But now watching it a couple of times on replay, we see this one slowed up. Not the best view from the pylon cam, but maybe his left elbow, or rather his right elbow, just came down before that ball broke the plane. And that's what they're watching back and forth in the booth to our right. Replay official Rick Nelson and his team.
I mean, you can slow it down and overthink this thing. For me, his elbow hits right there on the edge of the stripe. This should be a touchdown.
Well, again, they're taking a look at it. Jason Nickleby leading this Big Ten crew. They've had their struggles tonight, I would say.
I'd also say, Chris.
Would you
if we're
concur?
saying it? Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're on record for saying it.
Just out of curiosity, are they talking to the booth in Chicago? The Big Ten booth?
They're on
You
the
might
phone
be right.
now, so they have headsets, but now they got the old-fashioned telephone for you young people. It has a wire connected to the wall. And they are talking it over precisely here. And this one is taking a while, and we've seen multiple angles, multiple slow motion. And I think, Gordy, you nailed it. I think they're trying to determine if that right elbow came down after the ball broke the initial plane, the front plane of the goal line.
I just don't know that you've seen a look that has said that it wasn't a touchdown.
Yes.
Now they're checking with everybody in the booth to say, do we have the right call? So maybe we'll get an
He's writing
initial.
something down here, so I think we're going to have it. It's going to be on the 1 yard line.
So now we get the call from Nickleby.
Let's see.
After review, the receiver's elbow was down with the ball at the 6-inch yard line. It'll be first down and goal for LSU at the right hash. Please reset the game clock to 1 minute and 30 seconds. 130, please.
So after review, they take off the score down at the 6-inch yard line, which is the first time I've heard that called. But we'll give him.
I better see it on the 6-inch line, too, not the 1 yard line.
Make
Chris.
the spot.
6-inch line.
6-inch yard lines. So it will be first and goal from the 6-inch yard line. Ball on the far side hash with 1 minute 30. They add 3 seconds to the clock here, but LSU's got to punch it in. And the officials holding things up, talking to the front of the offensive line. Now coming back to talk to Michael Van Buren. And the Tigers got to be set. No miscues here. And see if they can pound it into the end zone. Van Buren going to stay in the shotgun. Durham on a wing to his left. And it looks like timeout taken.
No, they're going to explain something to Frank Wilson. I'm not sure the line judge. They're telling him to get on the line. I'm assuming this clock is going to start as soon as they blow the whistle.
Well, they let it start.
And you tell me, Jacob, I almost need to throw the football here. I mean, I can't afford to. I can't afford to not get in, burn a timeout or anything here.
That was what they were instructing both the Tigers and Cougars. Look, when we lay this down and he winds it, that clock's going to run. They put 1 minute 30 back up there. First down, goal to go inside the 1. Snap to Van Buren, looking to throw far side to Nick Anderson, and he was shoved out of bounds and couldn't hold on. It's incomplete. Stops the clock with 1 minute 25. Jordan Allen was on coverage, and he was determined not to let Nick Anderson bring that in. So now second down, goal to go inside the 1 yard line of the Cougars with 1 minute 25.
I'm with Gordy because they're going to be in shotgun. Like, you don't want to get stopped in the backfield. But crazy idea. Get under center.
Right now, yes.
run the football from the 6-inch line as we were instructed by the official there.
And Van Buren again going to line up in the shotgun. He's got Durham on a wing to his left. Put Thomas and Parker wide to the left. 2 lone receivers left side. And they will hand off Durham. Durham, right? No, it's going to be Van Buren that pulled. And he's going to be dropped back at the 3. Oh, Caden Durham walked in untouched, but he didn't have the football. Van Buren pulled, and he's dropped back at the 3. It'll be third down, goal to go from the 3. They have to burn a timeout to conserve 1 minute 20 in the fourth quarter.
Jacob, I mean, so zone read, you got nothing to read down here. They're blitzing off the end. That ball has to be handed off.
Yeah, it absolutely does. Get under center here, Gordon. I mean, you're so close to the goal line there. I mean, nothing good really can happen out of shotgun. Only things like that. And you're right. I mean, the read is the read, but man, you'd love to see him just get under center, quarterback sneak, halfback dive, something.
This year, LSU's had its struggles in the red zone as they burn their second timeout. Brought to you by Kashana. Escape to the largest casino resort in Louisiana. Kashana Casino Resort, Louisiana's best bet. Huge sequence of time for the Tigers here inside the 1 yard line. They've yet been unable to punch it in. It'll be third down, goal to go now back at the Cougar 3. But the Tigers on the year, 80% in the red zone, 13 field goals, 20 touchdowns, but they have not only had struggles, Jacob, in the red zone, they've had struggles inside the blue and white zone. And now we're at the 1, now you're back at the 3.
Yeah, it's a mentality. We're not going to be denied type mindset there. And LSU's got to just find a way to score here. I mean, you're set up with every opportunity.
This time, Van Buren going to work under center. Durham deep in the hole. Handoff. Thomas going right side. He's got to make a move. He's going to be hit at the 1. Trying to carry himself into the end zone. Touchdown. Fighting Tigers. Xavion Thomas. Grabbed by Tradez Green. And the tight end helped carry Thomas over the goal line to make sure he got the score. Well, the Tigers make it closer here on the quick little handoff to Thomas, motioning left to right. And then once he got to the goal line, Tradez Green grabbed him and pulled him into the promised land. Damian Ramos on for one more, trying to make it a 3-point game with 1:15 to go. Took longer than they wanted, but the Tigers do find the end zone. Now the all-important point after here for Ramos. Waiting on the snap. Chadwick will hold. Hope the process is seamless. The kick is up, and the kick is good. It's 38-35. We got 1:15 remaining. Your LSU Online scoring drive for your Tigers. 8 plays, 63 yards, 1:07. Late in this fourth quarter clock, it took the Tigers down the field, but eventually Xavion Thomas in for the score on a rushing touchdown to make it a 38-35 ball game. Ramos again with that point after, 409 points, moves up another step. He's now tied for 7th in SEC scoring history with that point after. So now the Tigers certainly looking for an onside kick try here, trying to get the football back. Again, if you're Houston, all you're wanting is to secure the football. And again, LSU just one timeout remaining.
Yeah,
try to run this clock out.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. You had to use a timeout there because you take a sack, can't take a sack, obviously, but it's the second one that's going to hurt, right? When you have an opportunity on the 1, yard line, 6-inch line, whatever we're calling it now, and you got to burn one because your quarterback pulls it. If you have 2 timeouts there, you still feel like you got an opportunity now. The obvious statement, you got to have this onside kick here.
Aaron Burrell will try to get it done for the Tigers. It'll take about 3 steps on the approach, and before he can do so, Houston going to burn another timeout. Their second of the second half. Want to make sure they get their good hands team in there. Get an idea of what the Tigers are lining up with. So while we have a moment, let's pause 10 seconds once again for station identification. Our great affiliates all across the state of Louisiana and the Southeast. Fighting Tiger football right here on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hear the Tigers roar worldwide. The LSU Sports Radio Network and the LSU Sports mobile app.
As we approach the midnight hour here in Houston, Texas, in Central Time Zone, 38-35, Houston with the lead. Tigers trying to make it interesting here with 1:15 remaining in the game. Aaron Burrell lines them up, set to try for the onside kick. Burrell, 3 steps. Onside kick coming near side. It appeared it was touched by a Tiger, and then going to be recovered by the Cougars, Latrell McCutcheon Sr. Had a pretty good bounce for the Tigers. LSU had several in the vicinity, but just took the bounce, allowed McCutcheon to cover it up and keep possession. Now we got a little jawing after the fact. Referees and coaches trying to separate the Tigers and Cougars here on the near sideline. Wow. Looked like Kyle Parker and Tamarcus Cooley were right there in the vicinity, and maybe they weren't sure had it gone 10 yards, but it kind of the ball went right by them.
Yeah, that was perfect by Burrell. I mean, the bounce you wanted. If Cooley picks up that ball, it's LSU football. I think you're right, though. I think he wasn't quite sure where he was, but if he picks that ball up, it's LSU football.
So the minute 12 to go. Tigers with just one timeout remaining. Wegman going to get up under center in the victory formation. Takes a snap and takes the knee. Clock begins to roll with a minute 10. And LSU immediately calls their final timeout of the game with a minute 10 remaining in this contest. Final timeout of the second half for the Tigers, presented once again by Coushatta. Escape to the largest casino resort in Louisiana. Coushatta Casino Resort, Louisiana's best bet. Now it's officially Sunday morning here in the Central Time Zone. The Tigers need some kind of miracle here as the Cougars going to be happy to line up in the victory formation with a minute 10 to go. No more timeouts for the Tigers. By the way, Damian Ramos going to finish up his career, as we said, tied for 7th in SEC scoring history with 409 points. With that point after moments ago, 202nd career PAT, which is a LSU football program record. Certainly going to be big shoes to fill in the special teams department moving forward. Once again, Wegman and the Cougars line up in the victory formation. He'll take the snap and take the knee, and the clock begins to roll with a minute 8. Cougar fans here at NRG Stadium begin their celebration. As the Tigers unfortunately fall to 2-2 all time here in the Texas Bowl. Houston en route, picking up their 10th win of the season for Coach Willie Fritz and company. They will finish the year at 10-3. As we mentioned earlier, 6-3 in Big 12 play is with 34 seconds. Wegman again will take a snap and take a knee, and that'll do it. Sidelines will disperse. Coach Frank Wilson, Coach Willie Fritz will meet at midfield. Tigers finish up a tumultuous and disappointing season. Unfortunately, they will finish the year at 7-6. Of course, they were 3-5 in SEC play. Both teams meet, shake hands. Tough game. Both teams with chances to get the win. Houston makes more plays. Got the running game going in the second half en route to a 38-35 victory. Horn sounds, and this one's in the books. The Houston Cougars are the Kinder Texas Bowl champions for 2025. Coming up, we crank up the Fighting Tiger post-game report. We'll have some final thoughts on tonight's game and the season from here in Houston before we send it back to the Capital One studios, and they'll put a bow on the year. That's Hunt Palmer, Marlon Favorite, and Brandon Taylor. Final tonight from NRG Stadium in Houston and the 2025 Kinder's Texas Bowl. Houston 38, LSU 35 on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Shell belongs in Alabama history, down 17-0. You all know the narrative. We all know what you said, but none of that matters anymore because Kalen DeBoer is king. And he'll head to New Orleans with to Pasadena with a crown on his head. This is what it looks like. Oregon and Texas Tech, exciting matchup there among offenses. Bama and Indiana, Ole Miss, Georgia, Miami, and Ohio State. Winners move on to the semis. Connor O'Gara joins us, and it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Connor, happy Christmas and all the things that you're supposed to say, but I'm really eager to hear your reaction to the weekend and what's at the very top of your Christmas tree in terms of reaction or overreaction.
Merry Christmas to you as well, Paul. Look, I think that I speak on behalf of Alabama fans everywhere saying, my God, were things bad during that 17-0 start.